Hello, everybody,
No, you're right.
and welcome to Kyle is Famous, Complete Edition. First, let's peek into custom stories. See if that's a DLC. New story. Click.
What?
You can write your own.
Oh. Oh.
You can write your own Kyle is Famous story. Go back. We don't want to do that. That's great. That's great.
Playtest. Upload. Save. Alright, back.
Is there a way to download these?
Maybe.
If you can upload them, it sounds like you should be able to download them.
Yeah.
Start.
Well, let me get my laptop open now and also the thing back. The text to speech back. Alright. So I can see chat now. Alright, hi everybody.
First click on unlocks.
Yeah. Pen.
Now scroll down. Okay, now back up.
Finish endings.
Back up.
Oh.
Back up. Go to endings. And scroll down.
It's a lot of endings.
Exactly. Markiplier, go back in there. No, don't go scroll down. Go back up. So this first set right here is all you could do, I believe, with the demo.
Oh, this first chunk of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 20?
You know the whole Kyle has an interview?
Yes.
That's this.
Well, I think then what I saw of it was just the interview. Because I remember, that's what I remember.
Mark kept trying to
demo.
find ways to access these other stories that it told him existed, but it kept telling him he could only do that with a complete edition.
Oh.
Which he had.
Yeah.
So he didn't know what to do. So after he messed around with it for he did it live for a while trying to fix it. It wasn't even a stream though, so he just left all that into his Let's Play recording before he just gave up.
Well,
okay, whatever.
Oh,
and I was like, man, I want to know what's happening in the rest of these.
You need specifically the one with the key to unlock this.
Probably.
Alright.
Start.
New blood. Oh, these are just credits.
Yep. And remember this, there is no wrong answer.
Cool. Voiceover, yes please. Twitch chat voting.
Okay.
Oh,
sure.
We don't have a Twitch chat right now.
Wait. We don't?
No.
Where'd it go?
There's nobody there.
Turn on Twitch chat voting.
Okay.
Turn on auto.
I have to connect it. Let's
Lame.
just not.
Okay,
let's
just
go.
not.
People can tell us what they want in the chat.
Credits.
Good job, guys.
Oh, that's all. Okay.
Yeah, not a lot of devs.
Now look.
Yeah.
If you had a Twitch chat, you could make it so you don't get to pick it.
Yeah.
Auto pick.
In which case, that's not even. You're not even playing a game at that point.
No.
You're just listening.
You're just having an adventure.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
With your hands have been taken off the wheel.
Yeah, it's like I am not holding the controller. All right. Start.
Kyle woke up. He is famous.
Nice.
Yay.
Kyle is host of the most popular talk show in recent memory, Stay Up Late with Kyle.
Woo!
Good.
Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity quickly in the last year, and the public has noticed. Inside has called Kyle a most excellent dumpy white man.
Yeah?
Talk Tech noted that Kyle is inspiring youth to explore STEM fields.
So they don't end up like him?
Good job.
Most other talk shows are dedicated to discussing Kyle and his personal details.
Ooh.
Do we put comedy in the chat? Oh, do we usually have comedy in the chat? Oh, whatever.
Most online videos are best-of clips taken from Kyle's latest broadcast.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
The eye of the world is upon Kyle.
Good.
Tonight is Kyle's most important guest interview yet.
What's this?
Okay.
Skip to end of day.
Don't do it, sis.
Stay Up Late with Kyle will be featuring Rachel May. She is a kind and lovely philanthropist.
Yeah.
Yay. Rachel May what?
She is dear to the hearts of many. This interview requires preparation.
Sure.
Okay.
Kyle cracked his eyes open, knowing today is his last chance to prepare for the interview. Kyle has 30 hours left. He must choose his actions wisely.
Start preparing. Kyle's
first decision of the morning was made wisely. Sis, would you like to exit the bed or wither away?
I'd like to die.
Kyle decided to stay put and wither away. Kyle withered successfully and died.
Yeah, good thing. Shucks.
Well, shucks.
Oh, shucks. It took him. It
Kyle
only took him
is
an
now
hour,
a ghost.
2 hours to die.
This does not relieve him of his responsibilities.
Get out of bed. Doesn't it? Oh, doesn't it? Get out of bed.
Look at top.
Hey, I'm a ghost. Just clicking on that.
Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around the bedroom. Would you like to open the closet, or scavenge, or sit at desk? Like the bedroom,
Exit.
the hallway.
I'd like to open the closet.
Kyle opened the closet. It was dark and you could only really see his hanging shirts.
Choose an
Choose an
outfit.
Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is.
Slick suit of armor, jeans and swimming goggles, or skunk pasties.
Yes, sis? What do you think Kyle should wear?
Armor.
Kyle was
Okay.
unsure of what exactly caused him to decide to wear his armor.
Now he's
but it
haunted
felt like the right
armor.
thing to do.
Why do you own armor, Kyle?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
After much squeezing and sweating, Kyle managed to wrap the metal suit around his dumpy self.
What? You don't
Oh,
need
yeah.
to squeeze. You're a ghost. You return to the bedroom.
Would you like to sit at desk to practice for your interview? Would you like to scavenge your room? Or would you like to exit the bedroom?
Scavenge.
Oh,
Kyle
yeah.
quickly crouched down on the floor, realizing his immediate need for...
Bugs.
Kyle started to pick between the fuzz of his bedroom carpet, hoping to catch a stray beetle or two.
What? A stray beetle? It's...
Alright.
It is I, the beetle. Ooh. I held the Kabu plush up to the camera. Now I'm trying to get him to sit down. There he goes.
Soon, he had a small handful of various insects, dead and alive.
Eat immediately.
Kyle threw back his head and crammed the sticky, wriggling mass into his mouth. He felt refreshed.
Ah, I'm glad. Kyle.
Yay.
You eat it bad.
Sit at desk?
Sure, sit at your desk. Write notes for the interview. Check the drawer. Kyle,
Ooh, there's the key you wanted. Kyle opened the side drawer of his desk and found one of the items stored there. Small key or a sword change?
small key.
Kyle grabbed the small key he kept in his desk.
Yay.
The desk.
Write notes for interview?
Should he though?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Kyle wrote down his first question.
Are you a
Are
mother?
you a mother? Am I a mother? Is your mother a mother?
Is your mother a mother?
Kyle wrote down his second question.
What are some diet tips? Beef, mashed or blended? Ever eaten a raw egg whole?
Beef. Mashed or blended?
Kyle wrote down his third question.
What's your favorite story? Do you ever smile? I purposefully ran over a puppy.
Kyle wrote down his last question.
What's your guilty pleasure? Do you feel guilty? Are you guilty?
Obviously that
Kyle
one.
ripped his page of notes out of the notebook and got up from the desk.
Alright.
Alright.
He has
Time
notes.
to go. Let's go to the interview with our expertly weighted questions.
All right. Kyle walked in the small hallway, connected the rooms of his apartment together. Yeah, we ate, we got dressed, we died, we have a key, and we have notes. We're good to go.
Oh. Would you like to leave the apartment? Would you like to check the locked door? Would you like to move to the kitchen?
We have some time.
We have a key.
Yeah, check the locked door.
Kyle walked over to the strange door in the hallway, but found quickly that the door was locked from the inside.
Float through as ghost.
Ooh.
Kyle used his ghostly powers to walk straight through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle found himself in the room. He stashed the various items to him by his fans. Would you like to check the sewing machine?
Okay.
Kyle walked over to the dilapidated sewing machine. Its box was only half removed.
Okay.
Okay. Time to go.
I never went to the interview.
No, we're going to
Kyle hurried to the set.
Okay.
Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost.
Oh, of course!
Pretty normal. Yay.
Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity.
Yay.
That's a word.
As Kyle approached her,
Welcome
Rachel
to our
looked up
channel.
and smiled.
Hi, Rachel.
Good evening, Kyle, she said, looking him in the eyes. I've been looking forward to being here.
It's good.
How are you looking in the eyes? You're wearing a helmet.
Don't worry about it.
Kyle responded.
Scream and spin
Would
in
you
circles.
like to answer politely or scream and spin in circles?
I would love to scream and spin in circles.
Kyle stretched his arms wide, tilted his neck upwards, and
Oh, are you gonna scream?
was interrupted by his producer telling him and Rachel that it was time to start the show.
I insist.
Kyle shoved his producer out of the way, spread his arms wide, and began to scream loudly.
Good.
He began to rotate slowly, screaming throughout, lightly brushing his hands against the faces of Rachel and his producer.
Just lightly. Yeah?
After several minutes, Kyle was finished. He slowly put his hands to his sides and smiled.
Okay.
I'm ready, said Kyle.
I'm ready.
Rachel blinked at Kyle, shrugged, and walked over to her seat.
Start the interview.
A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on.
Start broadcast.
Good evening, everyone, said Kyle, looking at the camera. Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle.
Introduce.
Kyle vomited all of the horrible things he had eaten earlier onto the floor.
Yummy.
Rachel looked at Kyle, concerned, gave a couple coughs, and decided to play it cool and keep the show running. Kyle stopped, then vomited again, then continued with a shaky voice.
Bleh. Okay, bleh.
Tonight, I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction.
Uh-huh.
Kyle motioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved at the camera. Hello, Kyle, she said. I'm glad to be here. Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss. So we might as well dive right in, said Kyle. I'm very ready, said Rachel with a winning smile. Kyle produced the notes he had taken earlier.
Big coincidence.
Beef, mashed or blended? I feel like that's a good opening question.
A burning question from the fans, said Kyle. Beef, do you prefer it mashed or blended?
Yeah.
Rachel answered promptly. Mashed, and no more was said on that matter.
Just, okay.
Okay.
Kyle asked another question.
Is your mother a mother?
So, said Kyle, my mother is a mother. My mother's mother is her mother and my mother's mother. And many mothers have mother's mother's mother. Is your mother a mother?
Well, is she?
Rachel went to answer and stopped. I believe, she said eventually, that I should answer yes? Kyle asked another question.
I purposefully ran over a puppy.
Hey, I ran over a puppy on purpose, said Kyle.
Throw away. Fantastic.
Everyone in the studio froze. Kyle spread his hands out wide. It's a joke! He started laughing from the bottom of his stomach.
That's what laughing from the bottom of your stomach sounds like? He then proceeded to spin in circles and scream some more.
Nobody laughed with Kyle. Several minutes later, he stopped laughing and moved on.
Several minutes.
Kyle asked another question.
Are you guilty?
Rachel. Are you guilty? Kyle threw his questions on the floor, stood up, and pointed at her.
Of the puppy thing. That was my intention. Are you guilty of the puppy thing?
Rachel's eye twitched slightly. Guilty of what, dear Kyle? She smiled disingenuously. Guilty, spat Kyle. Of your crimes! Rachel did not answer. Her eyelids both started twitching uncontrollably.
Oh dear.
After reading his final question, Kyle looked up from his paper. Well, Rachel, he said, I think that's all I was planning on asking you. If that's the case, Kyle, may I ask you something in return? Asked Rachel, smiling one more time. Why exactly did you decide to wear a suit of armor today? Before Kyle could answer, the camera shut down. The broadcast was over. Kyle returned home knowing the interview had gone well.
Yeah!
But as he lay in bed and drifted to sleep, he felt that perhaps something was still missing?
Sure. Probably.
Unlock more world options.
What ending did we get?
You got the prepared very well ending.
Okay, cool. Cool. Should I reset or reset to interview?
You said.
Okay. Alright.
Let's go, sis.
I guess I better get up. Yeah, and then,
Let's go.
Alright. Let's leave.
Let's go.
Let's visit downstairs neighbor, visit tech store. Hi, neighbor.
Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor's door and knocked. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door.
Yeah.
Kyle unhinged his jaw and swallowed Gabby whole.
He's gotta eat.
Job done. Kyle returned to the middle of the street.
Back to sleep.
Okay.
Tech store.
Tech store.
Kyle walked into the clean white tech store. He was greeted by Techno Jim, an elaborate cutout mascot playing soft music from a small microphone.
Steel Techno Jim.
Quickly, before the attendant could acknowledge him, Kyle grabbed Techno Jim by the shoulders.
I think I remember Techno Jim from the demo.
Finding that Techno Jim's cardboard feet were bolted to the ground, Kyle started to heave upwards.
What's the point of bolting cardboard to the ground?
After several tugs, Techno Jim broke free, leaving one foot and one leg behind. Kyle glanced at the attendant, who was staring, bewildered, and ran outside.
We have him.
Continue with day.
I guess.
Kyle walked in the middle of the road to an appointment, I guess.
I guess. Walked in the small hallway. Locked door.
Okay.
Kyle walked over to the strange door in the hallway, but
Sore
found
with
quickly that the door was
forehead.
locked from the inside. Kyle decided it would be best to try to force the door open with use of his face.
Yes!
Yay!
After smashing his features into solid wood for several minutes, Kyle gained severe short-term amnesia.
Uh-oh. Leave again. But now with amnesia.
Okay.
Oh.
No.
He
Going to
walked.
bedroom.
He walked out of his apartment, then walked right back in. Bedroom?
Or kitchen.
Kitchen.
Check pantry or open fridge.
Check pantry.
Kyle wanted to access the pantry, but found it was locked with a small keyhole.
Okay.
Oh, I know what that is. Open fridge.
Open fridge.
Kyle opened the fridge, intending to find something to eat.
Eat the fridge.
Hey, the fridge.
Kyle pointed his neck directly upwards and hoisted the fridge on top of his face. Somehow, miraculously, he wrapped his mouth around the device. He started to swallow.
Yeah?
In one slow, horrible movement, the fridge slid down Kyle's throat.
Oh, these noises are bad.
After many gurgles, pops, and snaps, Kyle felt relatively sure the fridge would not come back out.
Gabby does not count as bad food. Gabby's fine.
No. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
To the interview.
Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Rachel's smile quickly turned to shock as she realized Kyle had not put on clothes that day. Kyle waved and smiled broadly. Rachel uncomfortably averted her eyes.
And Kyle does not wear pajamas to bed.
Kyle started making his rounds around the room, greeting each crew member, none of whom looked at him directly.
Good, good.
As it became apparent that Kyle had no intention of leaving, Rachel made some excuses and exited the set.
Oh, Rachel.
One by one, the crew followed suit. Kyle was left all alone.
Oh.
Kyle prepared by being a nudist.
Nudist. Alright.
Reset. Okay.
Enter
bed. Enter bed.
Does dying just like not do anything?
Enter bed.
Okay.
Put on clothes.
Yeah, alright. Ooh, rusty locker, you say?
Nope.
Fine.
Put on clothes.
Kyle
Okay.
decided to take some
Grab
time to
clothes.
choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is. Kyle miraculously
Head out.
found his dumpy butt.
Head out.
Okay, bye.
Check lock door.
Kyle walked over to the strange door in the hallway.
Force the door
but
forehead.
found-
Okay.
Kyle decided it would be best to try to force the door open with use of his face. After smashing his features into solid wood for
We
several
just
minutes,
heard all this shit. Come
Yeah,
on. Go
right.
faster. Go outside.
Yeah.
Eat Gabby.
Kyle a middle-aged woman named Gabby. Kyle unhinged. Job done. Kyle
Still
returned
techno
to the
gym.
Okay.
quick.
My techno gym.
After several, Kyle glanced at the attendant.
There we go.
Okay. Return to
There.
apartment.
Now that we have clothes, we might actually do something with one of those events.
Okay.
So, return to bedroom. Sit at desk. Check drawer.
Okay.
We don't want to be well prepared. We already did that one.
Small key?
Come on. These weren't here before. Flashlight and CDs. You notice that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Small key.
Kyle
Okay.
grabbed the small key he kept in his desk.
And then
Yeah.
go to the pantry.
Yeah. Go.
I don't think we have time to go to the pantry.
Exit bedroom. Move to kitchen.
Takes him an hour to get to the kitchen.
Yeah, alright. More.
Kyle sitting across from
Yeah.
Kyle approached her. "Good evening, Kyle," she said, looking him in the eyes. "I've been looking forward to being here."
Techno gym instead.
Kyle roughly shoved Rachel out of her seat.
Get
and
out of
placed
here!
Techno Jim
I'm
in her stead.
interviewing Techno
Welcome to our
Jim.
channel.
Alright.
"Hello, Techno Jim," said Kyle. "I'm going to interview you today." Kyle grasped Techno Jim's hand and tried to shake it, but instead tore it off the cardboard frame.
Okay.
Kyle's producer, sensing viral media, pulled the bewildered Rachel out of frame and motioned the crew to go live.
Of course.
Cameramen moved, lights flashed, and suddenly the studio was on air. "Hi, I'm Kyle," said Kyle, "and tonight I'm going to interview a very special
It's
guest."
cardboard cutout. So what happened to the amnesia?
These all trigger different things overlying one another. So we want to try this again without Techno Gym next time, I think.
Okay.
He pointed at Techno Jim using the dismembered arm. Techno Jim started to smoke from the heat of the lights.
Yeah.
As one does.
"Would you like to introduce yourself?" asked Kyle. Knowing Jim would probably not speak, Kyle took it upon himself to be his voice as well.
Good, I'm glad.
"Hi, Kyle," he said, raising the pitch of his voice. My name is Rachel May, and I'm a very special guest.
I thought you were Techno Jim.
Rachel's expression of confusion turned to shock. Well, Rachel, you look way too thin and absolutely terrible, and you should feel ugly. Kyle gave Jim a meaningful stare.
Kyle, that's so mean.
Oh, Kyle, he said. I sure wish I could look like you. Techno Jim burst into flames.
Me too.
Instantaneously, the sprinkler system initiated. Curtains
Cool.
of water poured down from the rafters.
I see. There's effect.
Within seconds, the production equipment was doused in water. The set was soon abuzz with electrical fires.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Yeah.
Kyle's crew abandoned their posts as cameramen and sound mixers to try to put the fires out. As the crew scrambled around, the cameras continued to run. Kyle sat, motionless, staring forward. Eventually, the fires were all put out. Kyle's producer shut off the broadcast, leaving Kyle's vacant stare as the final frame.
Oh, it was still going as the fires. Nobody turned off the broadcast. Okay. Yeah.
Kyle's ratings skyrocketed.
Good. I'm glad. I'm happy.
Techno
for him.
Jim became a staple on the show, often ending up destroyed by the end of each episode.
I'm happy for him.
Although Rachel did not come back on the show, her cardboard portrayal did. Rachel was very popular.
Yay!
Okay.
Now go.
Okay.
Put on clothes. Come on.
Outfit.
Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important
We need to run through these parts, sis.
Which one? But I haven't chosen all of these yet. Should I just keep going with whatever this?
Kyle decided on a fashion-forward, casual style. He could barely see out of the goggles.
Cool. All right.
Grab the key.
This desk. Drawer. Key.
Kyle grabbed the small key.
Back. Hallway.
Exit.
Kitchen. Pantry.
Kyle wanted to access the pantry.
Unlock.
The pantry door lock creaked as if it hadn't moved for years, but eventually opened.
Look.
Yay.
Instead of an assortment of canned goods and grains, Kyle's pantry stored his massive amount of bottled lard.
Kill the bottle of lard.
Kyle voraciously grabbed the closest bottle, snapped the neck against the wall, and sucked out all of the fat within a minute.
Look it up. Look at the lard bottle.
Kyle wildly sucked down another bottle. He felt very sick.
Kill the lard bottle.
Kyle's vomit and the lard were mixing in a way to make it hard to tell which was which.
Finish off the pantry.
As Kyle finished the last bottle of lard, he felt a wave of accomplishment come over him.
Good.
Yay. Eat the fridge.
Kyle opened the fridge, intending
Also eat the fridge.
Eat all bad
ran
food.
slow. After many
Oh,
gurgles,
you
pops,
can
and
stack.
snaps,
Alright, then go to his bedroom
Kyle
and
quickly.
eat bugs.
Kyle started. Soon he had a small
Eat
hand.
immediately.
Kyle threw back his head and crammed the sticky rig.
3 bad food.
There this goes.
Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from
He
his host
vomited
chair was
everywhere
a
for a
glamorous
long
woman with an
time
air
and then
of
died.
genuinity. As
Yay.
Kyle. Good evening, Kyle, she said, looking him in the eyes. I've been looking forward to being here.
Good, why'd you keep doing
Kyle
that?
I
responded.
don't know.
Scream in circles, spin in circles with all the bad food in your stomach.
Was interrupted by his producer. A
Insist.
moment after seating,
on.
the studio lights
Okay.
brightened and the camera. Good evening, everyone, said Kyle. Kyle vomited all of the horrible things he had eaten earlier onto the floor. Rachel looked at Kyle, concerned, gave a couple
You
coughs,
going?
and decided to play it cool. Kyle stopped, then vomited again, then continued with a shake. Tonight, I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction.
Become Rachel May.
However, said Kyle, suddenly dropping his voice, Rachel May is not sitting next to me.
Oh?
She is not new to this show. She did not walk in before me.
Oh?
In fact, said Kyle, I am Rachel May.
Committing identity theft.
Rachel looked at Kyle, confused, and silently mouthed the words, "You are who?" Kyle stood up quickly and threw his arm high above him, pointing upwards. "I have never been Kyle," he proclaimed. "I have never been the host of the show Stay Up Late with Kyle."
Okay.
Kyle looked and pointed directly at the camera. "I am here for but one reason, to interview myself." Kyle sat down in his chair and went to produce the notes he had taken earlier. It was then that Kyle remembered that he had not bothered to prepare any notes for the interview.
Yeah. I was too busy eating things.
Realizing he did not know how to handle this situation, Kyle began sweating profusely, but he continued. Firstly, he said, Is your name Kyle?"
Yes.
"No!" Kyle slammed his fist down repeatedly. Then he stopped talking. A thick, uncomfortable silence hung over the studio.
No!
The silence did not end. The cameras continued to roll. Nobody moved or spoke. Eventually, Rachel got out of her chair and walked off screen.
As one does.
One by one, members of the crew followed suit. Eventually, Kyle was left
So
alone
awkward.
in the studio, camera still running, silently sitting in frame.
He deactivated.
This episode of Stay Up Late with Kyle became the longest episode in television history.
Yeah.
Kyle continued to sit in front of the camera all night and into the morning, wishing it would end.
You can just leave.
As evening
No.
fell again, the crew shuffled
no.
back in one by one,
24
getting in
hours.
places to film that day's episode. Kyle continued to sit motionless, cameras rolling, as the crew chatted about their days and got in position. Eventually, the crew officially started the next episode. Kyle was prompted to introduce himself again. Kyle had produced an incredibly artistic episode.
And
He was artistic.
alright. Head to bed.
Get,
Put on clothes.
Get.
Just grab clothes.
She's,
Kyle,
grab clothes.
Kyle was unsure.
Okay?
After much
Alright, cool.
Sit at desk.
Okay.
Red notes.
Sure.
Kyle wrote down his first question.
Am I a mother?
Am I a mother?
Kyle wrote down his second question.
Ever eaten a raw egg?
Kyle wrote down his third question.
Do you ever smile?
Do you ever smile?
Kyle wrote down his last question.
You feel guilty?
Kyle ripped his page of notes out of the notebook and got up.
Alright.
Back to the
Back to room.
exit the hallway.
Sure.
Move to kitchen.
Okay.
Stop.
Eat something good for once.
Welcome to our channel.
Kyle opened the fridge, trying to find
Eat condiments.
something
Never mind. I changed my mind.
Kyle started to grab condiments from the fridge, squirting them into his mouth with both hands.
Good.
Ketchup, horseradish, and
Yes.
mayonnaise entered Kyle's mouth at
that's
a
good
rate that
food.
soon overwhelmed his ability to swallow.
That's fine. Don't worry about
Kyle
it.
spewed the excess condiment slurry across the kitchen, covering the furniture and walls.
You know what you just made? You made
Yeah.
secret sauce. You did
Kyle
it.
continued until all of the condiments had been emptied.
Wasn't done yet.
Okay, cool.
Return to hallway. Now just skip to the end of the day.
Okay.
Kyle
Go.
hurried to the set.
Now interview yourself. Now
As
that you
Kyle
have
approached
notes.
her, Rachel looked up and smiled.
I don't know if
Good evening, Kyle. Kyle responded.
That's politely.
And I as well, Rachel,
Shake hands.
answered Kyle, extending his hand in greeting.
haven't heard
You
this
are a
yet.
most welcome guest. After other mild exchanges of pleasantries, Kyle and Rachel were prompted to take their places for the broadcast. A moment. Good
Aw,
evening,
that's
everyone,
more.
said Kyle, looking
Yeah,
at the camera.
I think it was
Welcome
something
back to
else that we
Stay
did
Up
that-
Late with Kyle.
like the multiple bad foods that gave us that option.
Alright. Let's go back
Maybe.
then.
Well, I want to see what happens for this. Because we had new questions. And food.
Yeah, but we know what's going to happen because we're adequately prepared. That trumps everything else. We're just going to get a You did it. Good job. Ending.
Fine.
Who start? So what did we do?
We
Put on clothes. Open.
scavenged
Open the.
Kyle
for
quickly.
bugs,
Kyle started to pick between the.
and we
Soon-
ate them.
Eat 'em.
Kyle threw
Alright.
back his head and.
We opened the closet. We put on that
In the
swimming suit.
closet, choose an outfit.
Kyle decided to take some time to choose
Have
the
some
perfect.
skunk pasties,
Kyle
my
chose
man.
the pasties made
That's
out of
not what we
mashed
wore
skunk
last
flesh.
time.
I know.
Okay. We don't know what
Getting the
triggered
slimy
it.
garments to stay
Okay.
proved difficult, so Kyle opted to
come-
stick them to his body with hot glue.
Yummy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Then
Sit at desk?
sit at desk. Write notes.
Right in. Yep.
Okay.
Kyle wrote down his first
And my
question.
mother.
My mother.
Kyle wrote down his
Have we
second
eaten
question.
alcohol?
Yeah.
Kyle wrote down his
you have a
third
smile?
question.
Okay.
Kyle wrote down his
You feel
last.
guilty.
I'm guilty.
Kyle
Okay, then.
Check door. Desk door.
Yeah. Small
Grab
key.
a small key.
Kyle grabbed the small key he kept in
Back.
his desk.
Back.
Downstairs.
Back to room. Exit.
Exit.
Kitchen. Pantry.
Kyle wanted to access the.
Key.
The pantry-
Look.
Instead of an assortment
Chug
of
by the
canned
line.
goods and grains, Kyle's pantry.
Good God.
Kyle ver-
Chug.
I bet it's the fact that we
Kyle
didn't all
loudly
these that
sucked
did
down
it.
another
Yeah,
piece.
probably.
Kyle's vomit
Finish.
as Kyle.
Return.
There you go. More. Just now
Kyle's
just fast forward. Fast forward.
sitting-
Fast forward.
As Kyle.
Fast forward.
Good.
Fast forward.
And I as well,
Wait.
Rachel.
Fast forward.
After other
Fast
mild.
forward.
A moment.
Fast
Good
forward.
evening, everyone, said Kyle, looking at the camera. Welcome back to Stay Up Late with
We
Kyle.
only had 2 bad foods instead of 3.
Yeah, I really took time to make the notes. I don't know that we can do much about that.
Should I keep going?
No.
Okay. But I wanna. Maybe it's a new ending.
If we prepare properly, we know what's gonna happen. It overdoes everything else.
Okay. Well, we got 4 so far. Kyle is very quiet. Oh, conducting a good interview unlocks stuff, I guess. Okay, restart. Exit. Well, what do you want to do?
Are you not gonna try one yourself?
Oh, I thought you had a specific path you wanted to take, but yeah, I'll
Okay,
check
figure out what it
stuff.
was.
Open closet. Inspect rusty locker.
Kyle knelt down and inspected the old, rusty container that had been in his closet for ages. It was locked, but had a blade-shaped slot in the top.
Okay, let's leave the apartment. Visit the neighbor.
Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor's door and knocked. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door.
Let's scream and spin.
Slowly, Kyle started to twirl outside of Gabby's door, arms outstretched.
Yeah?
He
Sis,
tilted
what
his
ending
neck
did we
upwards
get?
and let loose a long, passionate, and meaningful scream.
We got Kyle was a nudist. Kyle interviewed Techno Jim. Kyle conducted a good interview. Kyle was very quiet. Okay.
As Kyle continued to spin, Gabby shut and locked her door, as she did every time Kyle screamed outside her door. Eventually, Kyle ran out of breath and fell over.
Okay.
It looks like you can only become Rachel May when you eat breakfast.
Alright, let's eat breakfast. Open fridge.
Kyle opened the fridge, intending to...
Prepare breakfast.
Kyle constructed a breakfast of poached eggs and toast, along with a small fruit cup and grilled sausage.
Yeah.
It's a little weird because I'm pretty sure we didn't. heard that
Kyle ate his
line
breakfast
before.
slowly and thoughtfully, enjoying
This is a bad
every
noise
bite.
for just eating.
He felt refreshed.
Thank you.
Yeah, he
narrator.
definitely didn't.
Maybe it's just good food. But I thought we did bad food.
No, we did good food. We ate condiments, and we remember we were like, haha, good food.
Oh. Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Now what?
We start.
Oh. Okay.
We want to interview ourselves. Exit bed. Zero and close.
Open closet. Choose an outfit.
Kyle
I
decided
guess
to
I'll
take.
just have a suit.
Kyle miraculously.
Alright. Notes. To that desk.
Sit at a desk.
Right, notes.
Kyle wrote down his first question.
Am I a mother?
My mother.
Kyle wrote down his.
Raw
Kyle
egg.
wrote down his.
Do you ever smile?
Kyle wrote down.
Feel guilty?
Kyle ripped.
Back to desk.
Alright.
Back
Back
to
to
room.
do.
Exit.
Move the kitchen.
Kitchen. Open
Open
fridge.
fridge. Eat condiments.
Kyle opened
Eat
the fridge, intending.
condiments.
Kyle started to grab ketchup,
Yeah.
horseradish, and mayonnaise. Kyle's.
Okay. We
Kyle
have clothes.
continued until
We have
all.
notes. Alright, let's head to the interview.
Okay.
We're ready.
Just cut to the end of the day.
Yeah, let's do it. See if
Okay.
it works.
Kyle hurt. Goody. Kyle responded.
Do it.
Kyle's was interrupted by his producer telling him and Rachel that it was time.
Sis.
Sis.
Kyle shoved his producer out of the way, spread his arms wide, and began to scream loud. He began to rotate slowly, screaming throughout, lightly brushing his hands against the faces of Rachel and his producer.
He did that twice today.
After several minutes, Kyle was finished. He slowly put his hands to his sides and smiled. "I'm ready," said Kyle. Rachel blinked. A moment after. "Good evening, everyone," said Kyle, looking at the camera. "Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle."
Why don't we have the option? I'm trying to avoid looking up anything spoilery. Anything else that they all have?
I mean, I say we just kind of do random stuff and see what happens. Let's interview.
Well, exit bed, get that open closet, choose outfit, any suit, exit the hallway, move the kitchen, open fridge, eat, keep the end of the day. We did that one. They all say to answer politely, whatever that means.
Oh,
Maybe spinning on the circle is bad.
I guess.
Because Rachel wouldn't do that.
That's true.
Alright, let's go. Try one more time. You set.
Boo.
Go. Go.
Okay,
Go.
choose an outfit.
Go.
You have a slick
Kyle
suit, go back.
Sit at the desk.
Sit at a desk, right? Some notes.
Kyle wrote down.
You know,
Kyle wrote
do
down-
you smile?
Kyle wrote down.
Feel
You feel
guilty.
guilty.
Kyle ripped his page of.
Back to
Back to
desk.
desk.
Back to room.
Exit hallway.
Exit. Go to kitchen. Open the fridge.
Kyle opened the
have some condiments.
Ky-
Yummy, yummy.
Ky-
Return to hallway. Or can we stop now?
And then just turn the hallway.
Return to hallway.
And then skip to the end of the day.
Well, okay.
As Kyle approached her, "Goody." Kyle responded.
He answered
go.
politely.
"And I as well, Rachel."
Shake
After other
hands.
A moment.
Cool.
"Good evening, everyone,"
Nope.
said Kyle, looking at the camera. "Welcome back to
Introduce
Stay
Rachel.
Up Late with Kyle.
Okay.
Tonight, I have the
There we
pleasure
go.
of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction.
Let's
I'm
go.
Rachel
However,
May.
Said, "She is not new to this show. In
Okay,
fact,"
again,
Rachel
again,
looked at Kyle, confused,
Again?
and silently
What?
mouthed the words.
again. Go.
Kyle stood up quickly and threw his arm high.
Go.
"I have never."
Forward.
Kyle looked and pointed
Forward.
direct. Kyle sat down in his
There
chair
you go.
and went to produce the notes he had taken earlier.
Here we go.
Kyle read the first question on his list. "Are you a mother?" Well, he said, brightening. I'm glad you asked. Yes, I have produced many, many, many children.
Very good.
In fact, said Kyle, motioning to Rachel, one of my children is sitting here with me today.
Oh, is one of your children with you today?
Rachel looked incredibly confused. After a moment, Kyle spoke again. I am your mother! He stood up again. Give me a big hug, daughter! After a moment more, Rachel shrugged, stood up, and gave Kyle a hug.
Yeah.
The interview continued, Kyle talking about his supposed raising of Rachel and their times together. Rachel engaged in the interview with exuberance, answering questions as best she could and enjoying every moment.
Why not?
From this episode, Rachel's childhood and family became a debated topic in her fan base. When fans asked Rachel about the matter, she would giggle and make a joke about the Scientists and fans began to dig deep, finding evidence both for and against the Kyle is Rachel's mother theory.
Yeah?
But no matter how much anyone dug, nobody was able to come to a conclusion on the matter.
Oh.
Kyle had created a public mystery.
Yeah.
Created a mystery. We unlocked a new cursor.
Alright. I actually saw a different one that sounds interesting. Now we're
Sure.
trying to figure this out. Okay, so wither away.
Kyle decided to state
Shucks.
Kyle is now
Get out
a
of bed.
ghost.
Okay. Now, go scavenge.
Kyle quickly crouched down
Get
on
some
the
bugs.
floor. Meanwhile, Kyle started to...
Don't not eat them.
Soon, he had a small
Save for
handful
later
of
use?
various insects,
Yeah.
dead and
I
alive.
never thought to not immediately eat bugs.
Kyle stashed the wriggling mass for later use.
Okay.
Okay. Exit bedroom.
We have a ball of bugs. Mm-hmm. I exited.
Check locked door.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle walked
Float
over to
through?
the strange door in the hallway,
Yep.
but found quickly that the door was
Hey, Coco.
locked from the inside. Kyle used his ghostly...
Here we go.
Ah!
Kyle found... No.
Laser
Kyle found
claim.
himself in the room. He stashed the first object as it was sent to him by his fans. A supernatural artifact, a laser claymore, and a sewing machine. Check the sewing machine.
Aw, but laser claymore
Check
sounds...
the sewing machine.
Aw.
Kyle walked over to the dilapidated sewing machine. Its box was only half removed.
There we go.
Okay, we'll sell bug puppets.
Kyle started sewing dead bugs together to make small, actuated finger puppets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kyle crafted a bug puppet for each finger. He named them after guests he had previously interviewed on his show.
Good, good.
Now, if we have to go back, and if we do not want to mess this up, we need to write some notes and... What?
Welcome to our channel.
What?
Write some notes or do
We need...
this.
Well, if we're naked, then we don't need notes, but we do need clothes.
Okay. Outfit.
Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is.
He's gonna be haunted armor.
Kyle was
Okay.
unsure of what exactly caused his...
Alphonse. He's
After much
Alphonse.
squeezing and sweating, Kyle managed to...
Alright, now.
Exit bedroom. What's the side? Is the side door just the room we came from?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go through that one?
Actually, yes, because I think that's where locked door was before.
Okay. No, I think we're good. Let's see we'll see if we can do anything with these bug puppets.
Alright.
Kyle hurried to the set. Per normal, he ceased
Per
to
normal.
be a ghost before he arrived. Sitting
Alright.
across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an... Good evening. Kyle
Blah
responded.
blah blah.
Does this matter? You wanna
I don't think so. Just don't mess it. Don't.
And I as well,
Okay.
Rachel.
Shake
answered
hands.
Kyle.
shake hands?
After other mild
No.
exchange... A moment after seating, the studio
There we
lights
go.
brightened and the cameras clicked on.
Produce bug puppet.
Kyle slipped his bug puppets onto his fingers. Hello, everybody, he said, wiggling the puppet he had named after himself. I'm Kyle.
Yeah.
And I'm Rachel.
Jeez.
Kyle screamed, wiggling a different finger. You're so much better than me.
Oh, Kyle.
I know, Rachel. Kyle wiggled. He looked meaningfully at the human Rachel.
Oh, he's so mean to her.
Said one of Kyle's other puppets. I'm super fat, and Kyle interviewed me last week.
Yeah?
And I'm super irritating, said another finger, and not very attractive. Rachel stared at Kyle, incredibly disoriented.
Yeah, I would be too.
Kyle? She asked. What are those puppets made out of?
Bugs.
Kyle thrust both hands at Rachel's face. Puppets pointed at her eyes. We aren't puppets, Rachel, he said, scrunching his fingers up and down. We're people! Rachel plucked her puppet off of Kyle's finger. Kyle, she exclaimed, this is several dead bugs patched together.
Mm-hmm.
Accept us, Rachel, said Kyle, scrunching. We need acceptance. Rachel stood and walked out of frame.
Welcome to our channel.
In a moment, she returned with a bag. She plucked each puppet off of Kyle's hands and tossed them in the bag. Kyle, leave the bugs alone next time, she said. Rachel left the frame again, taking the bag of puppets along with her. Kyle, suddenly by himself, was unsure what to do. After a few moments of hemming and hawing, Kyle resorted to telling jokes for the remainder of the broadcast. Fans did not notice much difference between this and previous episodes.
He prepared an average episode.
We didn't do something right then.
What do you mean?
There's more than one ending with bug finger puppet. Alright, now what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Let's try being a ghost.
Kyle decided. Kyle.
Close. We always want close.
Yeah, that. If we don't have clothes, that kind of ruins everything.
Kyle
else,
decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit.
Goggles.
Kyle.
Alright, exit. Check lock door.
Kyle walked over to the strange door in the hallway. But
Ghost.
Kyle,
there.
you.
Get laser claymore.
Expecting a battle, Kyle grabbed the laser claymore.
Thank you. Laser claymore. Back to hallway. Bedroom. Closet. Locker.
Kyle knelt
Insert
down
laser
and inspected
claymore.
the old rusty container that had been in his closet for ages. It was locked, but had a blade-shaped slot in the top.
I remembered it had a blade-shaped slot, and I was like, that's a blade.
Okay.
Insert.
Kyle took the laser claymore in his hand and slid it into the hole on top of the box. The box began to rumble slowly, but then it shook harder and harder.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
Suddenly, with a snap, the box lid came loose.
Oh, what's in it?
Kyle, giddy with excitement, grabbed the box to drag it into the light. With much sweating and pulling, Kyle slowly inched the box out of his closet. He began to giggle and drool.
Just notice. There's no time anymore.
Transported into the middle of the room.
Yeah.
So we're doing something
Kyle
new.
clapped his hands together and gripped the lid on either side. With a tug, it tumbled to the floor, revealing the contents of the box. There was nothing inside.
No!
Kyle was incredibly disappointed. This had been an opportunity for him, a way to find something new, a way to break up the routine.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Kyle was struck with an unquenchable feeling of boredom about his life. Kyle jumped to his feet and burst outside, hungry to find anything to give his day a feeling of interest.
Right, boy.
Yeah.
Go.
Painfully, Kyle started grabbing anything he could reach, smashing it into his face to see what it could possibly do
I don't
for
think
him.
that's the way you do that, Kyle. That's not the way you deal with understimulation.
Rocks, benches, people, squirrels, and the ground itself fell into Kyle's grasp.
Yeah?
But soon, his energy began to wane.
No.
Slowly, sadly, Kyle made his way back to his apartment, quietly grabbing small items off the ground and rubbing them against himself.
Yeah?
Kyle slowly sank into his bed, as bored as when he had left earlier that day.
No.
He looked at the
Kyle.
ceiling, feeling hollow. The day had been very hard.
Oh, Kyle.
As he slowly fell asleep, Kyle wondered what he could possibly do tomorrow to inspire a new sense of interest in his life.
What did you do to
He didn't
Kyle,
know then,
sis?
but tomorrow, Kyle would
I don't
try
know.
something new.
I unlocked Kyle's hot dog!
Oh. Okay.
Alright.
Main menu.
I guess it was. I guess I did download the DLC.
Main menu. Unlocks.
Yeah,
You did it.
I did it.
Alright. Now what are these? Those are cursors. You can make it a pen or a flashlight, but pens
To
are cooler
illuminate
than
the path.
flashlights. Alright. Let's keep going, sis. We have much more to do.
Yes.
Kyle woke up.
Skip.
Skip.
Change jobs. I guess that
No,
will make
we're
him
not. Yeah.
a hot dog.
Try wither away. Do the whole wither away thing,
Kyle
but
just-
this time eat breakfast.
Kyle
'cause
is now-
that seems not eating breakfast seems to not mean to trigger stuff. I guess he needs to have good food.
Okay.
Where you going? You ain't put on the clothes yet. Now you've wasted time. We have to reset.
Oh wait, I was gonna wither
Open
away.
closet. What? Oh yes.
I didn't
you
wither away.
Wither away.
Kyle,
Shucks.
Kyle,
Kyle.
Open
Kyle.
closet. To unclose.
Choose the outfit.
Kyle decided to
Grab
take
one.
some time to choose
Which
the
one?
perfect outfit, knowing
Okay.
how important appearance is.
What?
I don't think any of these matter. I don't think any of them trigger
Yeah.
anything. Just grab
Kyle
one.
decided on a
Go.
Alright.
Exit.
Exit.
Go back in.
To better?
Yeah. Get the bugs.
Kyle quickly crouched
take
down on the
bugs?
floor, realizing his
We're gonna
Kyle
try
started
making
to pick-
puppets again, but this time
Soon,
eat
he had a
breakfast and see if
Kyle
it does
stashed
anything
the-
different.
Okay.
Exit.
Exit. Lock
Check
door.
lock door.
Kyle walked.
Look.
Look through.
Kyle,
Go inside.
Sewing machine.
Kyle
Machine.
walked
So
over.
bug
Two
puppet.
Kyle
puppets.
started.
More. Back room.
And then back to hallway.
Back hallway.
Kitchen.
Kitchen.
Fridge.
Eat
Kyle
food.
opened the fridge,
Eat
intending to
condiments.
find some.
Yummy.
Kyle, ketchup. Kyle can.
Ooh, perfect. Check
Awesome.
pantry.
Nope. No check
Kyle
pantry.
hurried to the set,
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
Go, 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 go,
and I as well.
go,
After a
go.
moment after
Bug
seating,
puppet.
the studio
Bug
lights
puppet.
bright. Kyle slipped his bug puppets onto his finger. Hello, everybody.
Go forward. We don't know if it changed or not.
And
Let's see.
I'm I know. Oh. And I'm Rachel's. Kyle. Kyle thrust both hands at. Rachel plucked. Kyle.
Oh.
Action. Rachel's. In a moment,
This
she
is the
returned with a
same,
bag.
aw.
She.
Go,
No.
Kyle, leave.
go,
Rachel left the frame.
go.
Kyle, suddenly
Go.
by himself, was unsure what to do. After a few moments,
Oh,
fans.
Alright.
yeah.
Wait. Give me ad. Okay. Move your way up in closet, suit, garage, bugs, safe, exit bedroom, move to kitchen, eat breakfast, go, sew puppets, produce bug puppets. Isn't that what we did?
Yes. I think so.
Okay, try again.
So, read it one at a time. So, wither
Wiggle
away.
away.
Shucks.
Kyle is
Open
Get
now.
closet.
out of bed. Open the closet.
Choose any
Choose-
outfit.
Kyle decided.
Suit.
Kyle miraculous.
Back to room.
Skip
Scavenge.
Kyle quickly
For
crouched.
bugs.
Kyle's
Save for
soon he
later.
had a small.
Save.
Kyle
Exit
stashed.
Back
bedroom.
to bedroom. Exit bedroom.
Move to kitchen.
Move to kitchen.
Open fridge.
Open fridge.
Kyle opened the fridge, intending to find
Prepare,
something to eat.
prepare breakfast.
See, we ate condiments, not prepared breakfast.
Kyle constructed a breakfast of poached eggs and
Eat
toast,
it.
along with a small
Yep,
fruit
eat it.
cup. Kyle ate his breakfast.
Return to kitchen.
Go back. Okay. Check locked door.
Oh, yes.
Kyle
Look
walked.
Float through,
Kyle.
go
Sewing
inside,
machine, bug.
sewing machine,
Kyle walked-
sew bug puppets.
Kyle started sewing.
Cool.
Kyle crafted a bug puppet for each finger.
Skip end of day.
Skip to end of day.
Answer politely.
Kyle. As good. Kyle. And I as well, Ray. After other.
Produce
A
bug
moment
puppet.
after seating,
Produce bug puppets.
Kyle slipped his bug puppets on.
Now this is doing it.
Hello, everybody.
Go forward. Forward.
Oh,
Forward.
Rachel
Forward.
stared at Kyle.
Forward.
Kyle.
Forward.
We.
Forward.
Rachel
Forward.
Kyle.
Forward. Forward.
Rachel.
Forward.
In a moment. Kyle, leave the. Rachel left the. Kyle. After a few moments, fans did not notice.
Huh. Oh, they changed the title.
Hmm?
That title was originally called Kyle Brought Out the Bug Puppets.
Oh.
And then they
Okay.
changed it to Kyle Produced an Episode.
Okay.
Okay, so we did get that one. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's find out what the last thing in the closet does. This.
Sure. Sure.
Kyle just.
Shucks.
Kyle is.
Exit. Check door.
Kyle.
Go through.
Kyle.
What's the artifact?
This was one of the many mysterious artifacts Kyle had been sent over the years.
Anyway,
Seven
I
smash.
start smashing.
Welcome to our channel.
Began pounding the mysterious artifact with both fists. Within a few hours,
A few
it had
hours.
become dust.
I guess if he's punching it, it would take a while.
Alright.
An ancient force trapped in the artifact was released and turned Kyle into a lizard demon.
Good. Good.
Yay!
He's now a
Let's
lizard
go put on some
demon.
clothes, sis, before it messes things up.
Okay. Bedroom,
Like this.
closet, outfit.
Yep.
Kyle decided to.
He's a
Kyle
classy
miraculously
lizard
crammed
demon.
his dumpy.
Alright, then go eat condiments before that messes stuff up.
Okay.
Go eat condiments.
Kyle
Yeah.
opened
Eat the
ketchup,
condiments.
horseradish. Kyle spewed the excess.
Alright.
Alright,
Skip the end of day?
sure. I am now a lizard demon.
Alright.
Kyle
See if it
Hook.
does anything.
Sitting as Kyle. Rachel.
Alright.
What
What are you doing? You're skipping all the story. Now, reset.
Shred of humanity. Kyle hurried to the set. Per
There
normal,
you go.
he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived. Sitting across from his. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled.
Here we go.
Rachel's smile turned to horror as she realized she was looking not at a human, but a lizard demon.
But a lizard demon.
Oh yeah.
Pandemonium ensued. Scripts went flying, crew members ran in all directions, lights were knocked over.
Good, good.
As Kyle watched the chaos around him, his lizard demon form enveloped his last shred of humanity.
Oh no.
Kyle grew to a massive size. Within minutes, he had demolished the now empty set.
Good.
Yay.
A local force of 5 spunky teenagers in brightly colored apparel arrived at the scene to fight Kyle.
Yeah.
As the teenagers swung at him with their spunky, individualized weapons, Kyle pushed them over with his foot.
Yay.
Kyle's rampage of the studio ruins continued. But in another part of the city, a hero was rising up.
Oh boy.
In a dusty apartment on the top floor of an old skyscraper in the oldest part of town sat a large man named Frank.
Frank will save us.
Few people in the world knew that Frank existed. Fewer knew his name.
But we do. We're at Frank's place, by the way. You can see in the corner.
Yay, Frank's place.
Frank was watching the local news. A story about the studio rampage was playing. Quickly, Frank got up from his chair. He opened a small door hidden behind a poster on his wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inside was an unbelievable mound of fat-ridden foods, unrefrigerated and fairly rotten.
Why?
Frank began to consume the mound at a frightening rate. His body began to... Frank expanded, faster and faster with each minute. He burst through the roof.
Okay.
Yeah?
Within minutes, Frank was a towering behemoth.
Good.
He rolled across the city, rebounding off of buildings and getting cheers from onlookers below.
He's an orb.
Approaching
Yay.
Kyle, Frank gave a long, painful heave upwards into the sky. To Kyle, the sky turned black. He looked upwards to see the monstrous figure hurtling towards him. And in a moment, Kyle was completely enveloped in rubbery fat, unable to move or make noise.
No, Kyle.
Kyle!
He was quite tired and passed out where he lay.
Okay. That
Several
ruins.
years went by as Frank
In the
slumbered.
middle of a city?
As Kyle was held in Frank's warm, fatty embrace, his humanity began to return.
Good for him.
Yay.
When the first winter came, Frank's body recycled his fat for resources. Over many months, he shrank in size.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, Kyle was human and Frank was thinned. They both walked away from the scene as new men.
What a touching story.
Neither realized how much time had passed.
Oh.
He
Prepared by being a lizard. Okay. I have an idea. Be a ghost again. This time take that with you to
Kyle
the set and
decided
see
to
what
stay
happens.
put.
Okay.
Kyle
So get dressed first. You
Kyle
can
decided to take some time.
be a slick suit
Kyle
boy.
Do.
He's gonna go. He's gonna
Kyle
go through
walked-
the locked door. He's
Going
gonna
inside.
check the
This was one of the
artifact.
many
He's gonna
mysterious-
grab it.
Kyle stashed the mysterious artifact for later use.
Alright. Now let's go eat and head out.
And go eat.
Move to kitchen.
Kyle opened the fridge,
Condiments.
intending to
Eat
find
some condiments.
Kyle started catch. Kyle spewed the excess condiment slurry across the kitchen, covering the furniture and walls.
Good.
Oh yeah. We have to do
Kyle
everyday
continued
stuff
until
with
all
him.
of the condiments had been emptied.
Alright.
Okay.
Now time to go. We turn the hallway. And script interview.
Kyle hurried, sitting across from. As Kyle approached her, Rachel
There.
looked up and smiled.
Kicha!
As she approached to shake
She's
his
stunned.
hand, Kyle
Yeah.
produced the supernatural artifact and winged it
Yeah.
at Rachel's face. Within moments of the artifact colliding with her head, Rachel started to
Oh
turn
no, now
into
she's
a lizard demon.
demon.
Uh-oh.
Rachel began to cause destruction, tipping over lights and causing crew members to scatter.
Frank, come help.
Kyle, realizing the disaster he had caused, decided it was up to him to tame the monster.
So crew member. Yes, they grab your crew members. Do it, the monster. We
Kyle
got
started
this.
to grab nearby crew members and hurl them at Rachel. The crew members rebounded off of Rachel on all sides, causing little to no damage to her or themselves.
Oh, okay. Well, at least they weren't also hurt.
In a lizard demon rage, Rachel
Lizard
rushed
demon
at
rage,
Kyle
yeah.
and drove him into the opposite wall, face first.
Okay.
She began to pound Kyle's face into the wall repeatedly, littering it with head-sized holes. Kyle, having been in this situation before, felt he knew exactly what to do.
Which
Okay.
is...
Balling his fists, Kyle began to punch himself in the stomach repeatedly, causing loud gurgles and pops.
What? Why?
Kyle's strategy did not help. He continued to be mashed into the wall.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
think you would.
eat a
be.
lot of bad food, sis.
Okay.
After a period of time, the artifact lodged in Rachel's face came loose and fell to the floor. Rachel immediately turned into her normal human self. The studio, now in shambles, flicked to life. The broadcast had started automatically.
Wow.
Yay.
Kyle, unable to move properly, became aware that the eyes of many were upon him. Kyle tried to address the audience, but instead spewed some mixture of breakfast phlegm and chunks of plaster.
Good.
Kyle's spewing video became a very hot meme.
Good. I'm glad.
Yay.
Online personalities used it to express distaste about social issues.
Yeah.
Teenagers sent it to each other about homework amounts.
Yeah.
Rachel's broadcast was rescheduled for the following week.
Yeah, bring her back.
Fans complained about not being able to see Rachel's face as she wore protective headgear the entire time.
Yay.
Rachel prepared by being a lizard.
Reset.
No, to the start of the interview.
Kyle,
I want to throw
sitting
myself
across
at
from
them.
his host chair was a glamorous woman with an...
Go.
As Kyle approached her, Rachel...
There.
Yeah.
As she approached to shake it, within
Skip.
Rachel...
Skip.
Kyle, realizing the
There you
disaster...
Throw self.
Kyle launched himself at the monstrous Rachel. In a great collision of flesh, Kyle rammed face first into the monster's stomach. Kyle continued to launch himself into Rachel's stomach with wild abandon.
Oh, yeah.
After several dozen collisions, small, insignificant bones in Kyle's body began to fracture. Kyle continued.
He's
Rachel
determined.
began to lose stamina from the incessant damage Kyle was inflicting upon her.
Yeah.
Kyle continued his assault. Nobody present could tell what parts of his body were bruised and what weren't.
Yeah.
Eventually, in one well-placed lunge, the artifact embedded in Rachel's face popped out. Immediately, Rachel turned back into her normal human self. The studio, now in shambles, flicked to life. The broadcast had started. Kyle, unable to move properly, became aware
saw
that
this
the
part
eyes
already.
of Kyle tried to address Kyle's
Alright.
online Rachel's fans.
Let's do that again. This time, have him see if we can make him throw up.
Yeah.
Reset.
Oh wait, shoot.
Reset. Restart. Okay. Ghost.
Wither.
Kyle,
Shucks.
Kyle,
Get out of bed. Eat bugs. Eat bugs.
Kyle, quick.
Bugs.
Kyle's. Soon he had.
Eat.
Kyle threw back his.
What's the bedroom? Desk.
Yeah.
Check desk. Check desk.
Okay.
We have key.
Sure.
Kyle grabbed
Okay,
the small
head
key
out.
he kept in his desk.
Head out. Head out. Head out.
Lock
Check
door.
lock door.
Kyle walked.
Whee!
Kyle
Let's go.
used.
Grab artifact.
Artifact.
This was one of-
grab.
Kyle stashed them.
Back to room.
Back to hallway.
Back to hallway.
Kitchen.
Kitchen.
Open fridge.
Pantry.
Kyle wanted to access the
Okay,
pantry,
that-
but
yep,
found it was
that.
locked with a.
Good job.
The pantry door. Instead of an assortment of
Chug.
canned goods and grains,
Chug.
Kyle voraciously grabbed the closest bottle, snapped the neck against the wall. Kyle wildly
Chug.
sucked down and
Chug.
Kyle's vomit.
Chug.
As
Chug.
Kyle fit.
Return.
Open fridge.
Open fridge.
Kyle hurried to the set. Sit. As Kyle approached her, Rachel
Throw.
looked up and smiled. As she
Alright,
approached to
skip.
within
Skip. Skip.
Kyle, realizing the
Throw
disaster he had
crew.
caused,
Yep.
Kyle started.
Go.
The crewman in a lizard. She began to. Kyle, having been in this situation before, felt he knew exactly what to do. Balling his fists, Kyle began to punch himself in the stomach
Again.
repeatedly, causing loud gurgles and pops. Kyle's strategy
Oh,
did
what?
not help.
Oh.
He continued to be mashed into
Aw,
the wall.
Okay, I guess you can't make him throw up. They thought that's something they would let you do.
Yeah, that seems obvious. That seems like a
Exit bed.
choice.
Get the flashlight. Set desk.
Drawer.
Second desk. Yep.
Flashlight.
Kyle grabbed the flashlight, but after jiggling the switch, he found it was out of batteries.
What? Okay. My batteries.
Hmm?
Second desk door. Nothing. Okay. So it changed.
Kyle scooped
Money.
up the change scattered around the desk drawer.
Okay.
Go shopping, sis. Oh, put on your clothes first, of course. Back to room.
Back to room. Open that closet. Choose that
Kyle decided
outfit.
to take some time to choose the perfect outfit.
Okay.
Wearing the
Kyle Morak.
suit. Back to
Go.
the room.
Exit.
Exit.
Leave.
Leave. Text
Text
store.
door. Yeah.
Let's go
Buy
shop.
batteries.
Buy batteries.
Kyle counted out $1.98
Good,
in
I'm glad
pennies
he
and
did
nickels
that.
and traded them for a small packet of batteries.
Insert into flashlight.
Kyle crammed the batteries into his flashlight.
Yay.
Flashlight. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Return
I'm not
to
sure what we need a flashlight for.
apartment.
Does the neighbor need anything?
Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor's door and knocked.
Do you need a
A
flashlight?
middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door.
Greet and start a conversation.
Oh, we haven't done that
morning,
yet.
neighbor,
No, we have
said
not.
Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly.
Ask Gabby about Kyle.
Gabby, Kyle asked very earnestly, how do you feel about me? The expectation on Gabby's face transformed into consternation.
What?
I didn't know
Even the
consternation.
worst of men are given grace, Kyle, she replied, though they don't deserve it.
Oh.
As she finished
I'm
her
glad I
sentence,
ate you
she
all this
gently
time.
pushed Kyle away and shut the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn to apartment. Do we know of anywhere that's dark?
Can't think of.
Scavenge. Maybe in there.
Yeah, well, we ran out of time.
Alright, let's fast forward. See if we get any options here. Now that we have
Sitting
a
at-
flashlight.
As good, Kyle, and I. A moment. Good. Tonight, I have the pleasure
I
of
can become
interviewing the
Rachel May.
lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction.
More.
Kyle motioned to Rachel. In response, Kyle collapsed on the floor.
Uh-oh. You've
From
got
a
to eat.
combination of stressful preparation and not eating anything, Kyle had passed out.
Oops.
Nobody in the studio quite knew what to do with him. They began to poke Kyle in the back to see if he moved. After a while, they ended the broadcast, shut off the lights,
He's dead
and went
now.
home. Kyle was left face first on the floor.
We got a different background.
Okay, we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Wanna try it?
Try what? The
A
background?
different yeah. Main menu.
Glamorous showbiz experience.
Go. See that? Start. Yeah, okay, selected. Selected.
Okay.
Back. Start.
Go.
Kyle
Oh,
woke
that's
up.
aggressive.
He is
No, thank you.
famous.
Too bright. Too bright. Too bright. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Exit bed. Go to closet. And have we ever done that? Inspect dusty locker. Yeah.
Kyle
That's-
knelt down and inspected the old
Okay.
rusty container.
So apparently, even though it doesn't say it, so I don't know how we're supposed to know that, but the closet is very dark.
Okay.
So reset and get us a flashlight.
No, not skip to end of day. Restart.
Boom.
Alright.
bed. Desk.
Desk. Check drawer. Flashlight.
Flashlight.
Kyle grabbed.
Alright.
Then. Back to
back to
room.
room.
Exit. Leave.
You guys got a lover now, sis.
Ah, shoot. I didn't get change.
No.
Exit.
Exit. Sit.
Desk. Drawer. Flashlight.
Flashlight.
Kyle grabbed the.
Back.
Back. Scavenge.
No.
Back.
It's also in the. It's also
No,
in
it's
the.
not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Back to room.
Okay.
Scavenge.
Kyle quickly crouched down on the floor, realizing
Resources.
his immediate need. Kyle began to comb through the damp piles of filth and mold on his floor in search of helpful items.
I think you were left.
After
What is
finding
this?
and eating a few bits of crumbs and old cheese, Kyle found something much more important. Indeed, it was the corpse
Oh.
of Harry, a friend that had gone missing years ago while at Kyle's house.
Okay.
Yeah?
Kyle was glad to see him again, but was unsure of whether to interrupt such an important day with Harry business.
Leave him for another time.
Kyle decided Harry could wait another day and quietly folded a pile of filth back on top of him.
Alright, now reset. You were right. We found Harry.
We found him. Okay.
We found Harry.
We found him.
Kyle grabbed the
Again.
Welcome to our channel.
Hi, bunch of triangles.
Over there.
Sort of change.
Kyle scooped.
Okay,
Out we go.
back to
Back.
room, exit.
Go outside. Outside.
Leave, text
Store.
get
Buy
some
batteries.
Kyle count.
insert,
Kyle
Insert.
crammed the batteries
Backpack
into his.
shop. Go back. Home.
return to home, move to bedroom,
Bed. Closet.
closet, flashlight. Oh,
Yes,
this
good.
is where it says it's dark. It was dark, he could only really see his hanging shirts.
Oops.
We
Kyle
just didn't-
shined his
we just read
flashlight
it
into his
once.
moist cave-like closet that had
Oh,
not seen
gross.
light in years.
Why is it
Go.
moist and cave-like?
After several minutes of searching around with the light, Kyle saw something unusual in the back.
More using the dead body. Okay.
Yeah, more
what is it?
unusual than the dead body under your bed.
There was a pile of strange items, including a small metal box with a large red button stamped with Travel Time.
Travel time.
Kyle, bored of the situation, mashed the button, hardly reading the label above.
Okay.
The box hummed and shook. The outside metal grew hot and slowly curved in on itself.
We did it.
We did it.
In a moment, it was early in the morning. Kyle had gained
What?
several hours of preparation time.
Back to bedroom.
Oh!
Open closet. Aw.
Aw. You can't do it more than 30 hours.
Alright, back to bedroom. Well, that's very useful.
Yes.
Okay, now what?
Skip to end of day.
Why?
I don't know. See what.
We found what the flashlight was for already.
Yeah.
We have 28 hours. Let's.
And we have our change again.
We have 28 hours. Let's deal with the body.
Sure.
Kyle quickly Kyle began to. After finding an. Indeed, it was the corpse of Harry, a friend that had gone missing.
More.
Kyle was
Deal
glad to
with
see him
Harry.
again, but was on.
Boom.
Kyle hoisted
Oh,
Harry
look.
onto his shoulder and took him
I'm gone.
outside.
Oh, pff, yeah.
Kyle began dragging Harry's body down the street, drawing many, many stairs.
Oh
Kyle
yeah.
knew exactly where he needed to take Harry's corpse on a lovely playdate, just the two of them.
Yeah.
Kyle and
Yay.
Harry started at the arcade. Kyle used Harry's arms to operate the joysticks and push buttons.
Fun.
After 5 or 6 different games, the two friends had enough tickets for a single candy bar.
Woo!
We did it.
They took their prize to the local park for eating.
Woo.
Kyle tried to feed some of the chocolate bar to Harry, but Harry seemed to not have an
I
appetite.
wonder why.
Harry.
After eating, Kyle noticed a nearby playground. He dragged Harry over. Kyle tried to figure out a way to swing Harry onto the swing set, but lacking the ability to grip, Harry kept falling out.
Aw.
Aw.
Instead, Kyle started to lug Harry to the top of the slide and shove him down time and time again. Finally, Kyle took Harry to the movies to see as many popular films as their pocket change allowed.
Oh, yeah, the pocket change.
Oh.
Maybe that affected that? I don't know.
They might
Kyle had
affect
plenty
tiny
of pocket
wood.
change. He eagerly approached the ticket window. Kyle bought 2 tickets to A Love Romance. After getting inside,
good
Kyle
movie.
left Harry to go find a restroom. By the time Kyle had finished using the restroom, he had forgotten that he brought Harry along.
Whoops.
Kyle watched A Love Romance by himself. Harry's corpse sat on a bench in the atrium. While Kyle was in the movie, a beautiful thing happened. Harry's corpse, imbued with the power of friendship and love, was reanimated.
No way.
Yay.
Harry's old, rotten flesh gained color and life. His fingernails regrew. His missing eye came back.
Oh, that's good.
By the time the movie was over, Harry was able to greet Kyle with a large, friendly hug as his old self. Kyle was confused but delighted to have his long-lost friend meet him on his way out of the theater. The two made plans to get drinks together and parted ways for the day. Kyle
Yeah.
returned home, forgetting about the interview with Rachel.
I mean, fair. He helped a
Kyle
friend.
helped a friend. Aw.
Good for him.
Reset. Okay, reset. Now,
How we doing on endings?
we have half.
Oh, here's Around Town.
Alright.
Alright.
Does it give hints for these ones?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Alright.
So. Oh, we have. Okay. Wait. What else can we do?
Well, there's some options that we just haven't looked at yet.
Let's do it. Let's go. Place your bed. Gavin.
Like, for
Kyle quickly
example,
crouched down on the floor.
gossip.
Kyle firmly pressed his ear into the carpet, hoping to hear some stray words from the neighbors below. I heard Rachel May is going on a trip out of the country soon. Oh, girlfriend, tell me more.
More.
Well, what I will tell you is that every night I don a mask that looks like a bug and fight misdoers.
Yeah, I remember this too.
There was a stunned silence. Then a door opened, and someone exited the neighbor's apartment.
It's quite
That's
enough.
quite enough.
Gavin.
Scavenge for what now?
Gossip.
Kyle quickly
Nope.
crouched down on the floor, realizing his immediate need for...
I have gossip.
That's the way I do them.
We should prepare questions.
Put on clothes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kyle decided to... Kyle...
Yeah.
After much...
Let's prepare some questions, yeah. We have only... Yeah, we've only asked her a couple of them anyway.
Kyle wrote down his first question.
Am I a mother?
Kyle wrote down his second
Ever eaten a
question.
raw egg whole?
Kyle
haven't
wrote
actually asked
down
her
his
these yet.
No, we have not.
Kyle wrote down his last question.
There we go.
Kyle ripped...
Go eat. Hello?
Hi. I was just like,
Cool.
check that's it.
It's the bedroom.
Exit, kitchen, fridge,
Open
Kyle
fridge.
opened the
Eat
fridge,
condiments.
condiments.
Kyle started to...
Yummy.
00 Rianette.
Yummy.
Kyle continued...
Welcome to our channel.
Okay. Out of time. Check pants.
Yep.
There we go.
Sitting... As... Good evening.
Wait.
Kyle
okay.
responded.
Answer politely.
And I as well,
Oh.
Rachel. And
Shake
Keep
hands.
going.
after other mild exchanges, a moment after seating, the studio
Talk
lights
about neighbor.
brightened. Good evening, everybody, said Kyle. My neighbor is a bug vigilante.
Yeah.
With nothing more
That's
to
a
say on
great
the matter,
opening
he
for a
fell
show.
silent.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
Rachel, also on camera, stared at her hands and wondered when she was going to be introduced. The producer started cutting to different camera angles to break the tension.
Yeah, you just them sitting totally still. This angle and this angle and this angle. Top down.
Kyle continued to remain silent and stare forward blankly.
Yay.
After several minutes, neighbor Gabby walked out onto set.
Hi, Gabby.
Neighbor Gabby.
Hi, everyone, she said, smiling hollowly. My name is Gabby, and I'm not a bug vigilante. False. Kyle looked at Gabby and then returned to staring forwards. Gabby began to reply, but was interrupted by a bug-shaped intercom on her belt.
Bug girl,
It squawked.
a robbery's in progress on East 3rd. Report immediate.
Gabby threw the intercom on
no.
the ground and crushed it under her foot.
Uh-oh.
After a beat, she spoke tightly. Something has come up suddenly and I must go. Gabby left the set. Well, said Kyle, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for joining us, Rachel. Kyle got up, shook Rachel's hand again, and walked past the cameras, leaving her alone. Not knowing what else to do, the producer ended the broadcast. In the coming days, fans of both Rachel and Kyle dubbed this show as a masterpiece of television. Stay Up Late with Kyle's online pages were updated to reflect this broadcast as the most popular ever.
Good.
Kyle's producer later tried to have Rachel on the show again, but she was very, very, very busy.
Yeah. No, I understand. She's busy. She talked about Gabby.
Oh, yeah. You said.
Alright.
Now, check the desk. There's a CD in there.
There is, and we did not do anything with it. CDs. Oh boy. Kyle began shuffling through the dusty CD pile that held all of his favorite music. Many of the CDs were unlabeled or broken. Carnival classic.
I love carnival music.
Yep.
Wait, what's the difference between carnival music and festival music? I got no clue.
Old CD.
Okay. Back to desk.
Carnival time.
Alright.
Back to desk.
Checking desk drawer.
Okay.
Storage change.
Okay.
Kyle scooped
Let's
up
go
the
to the tech
change
shop.
scattered around the desk drawer.
Alright.
Get dressed first.
Never. Okay.
Kyle, get him.
Alright. Now go shopping.
Okay.
Maybe we can buy like a CD player or something.
Yeah, I hope so. Tech store.
Oh.
Free samples?
Okay.
Kyle asked the store attendant whether or not they offered any free samples to important customers. The attendant gave Kyle a confused and slightly vacant look. Kyle began to beg for a free sample. Wanting Kyle to leave, the attendant grabbed a decrepit phone meant for spare parts and held it out.
Guy with teeth.
Kyle firmly clamped his mouth around the unfinished phone, creating several punctures in the screen.
Good. Good.
Okay, more.
But, sorry, 1 second. Scratching my eye.
Okay.
Kyle grunted and yanked with his head until the attendant let go of the phone. The phone is now Kyle's to use forever.
Good.
Tell me we're keeping it now?
Yes.
Oh, that part wasn't red.
Oh, we're keeping it forever?
I don't know.
Okay.
That part wasn't red.
Huh.
Okay. Alright, I think we're out of time. Let's skip to the end. Maybe we can... Maybe we can do something with the CD here?
Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting
Forward.
Good.
Forward.
Kyle responded.
Look for anything blue.
And I as well.
Look for anything
After other
blue.
a moment. Good evening.
Maybe not.
Tonight, I have the
There.
pleasure of interviewing the... As Rachel started to reply, Kyle clamped his hand over her mouth.
No. Listen.
Hush, he said. I need to do something before we can continue. Kyle removed the CD he had brought to the interview and placed it in a nearby player deck.
Okay, we don't have the CD player. The set has a CD player.
Okay.
The sound system kicked into action, piping Kyle's music throughout the studio.
It's really good music.
Go.
Rachel briefly listened, a blank expression on her face. Smiling, Kyle closed his eyes and enjoyed the music for a moment. Then, he spoke. All right, now everything's ready. Let's begin. In a shock, Kyle realized he had never bothered to prepare
So
any
these
notes for the
CDs
interview.
basically are just there to change the music during the interview in case it gets repetitive or something.
Knowing he had the eyes of millions upon him, Kyle
haven't done
came
this
up
yet.
with a solution quickly.
Blame Rachel for the lack of notes.
Rachel, I need to be honest. You're not terribly interesting, and I could not think of what I should ask you.
Also, I guess this overwrote him eating, because I don't think he ate.
Okay.
In fact, continued Kyle, I would far rather interview a fish than I would you. And furthermore, said Kyle, I'm not sure I could tell the difference between a you and a fish.
That's so, he's so mean.
Kyle leaned back in his chair and desperately hoped the blame had been shifted adequately.
No, you were just rude to her.
Rachel glowered at Kyle. Kyle glowered back. Rachel left the studio. Kyle no longer had a guest and spent the next 42 minutes staring at the camera silently.
Good. He blamed others.
We said interview.
Yeah.
Try a different option this time, sis.
Sitting as Kyle
Hey,
approached
Dad.
her. Good. Kyle responded. And I... After a moment. Good. Tonight,
Should I do the
have
CD
the pleasure
or
of
just
interviewing the lovely
going?
Rachel
Sure.
May, who needs no... As
Okay, go. Go. Go.
This-
Go.
All right. In a shock, Kyle realized
Play
knowing he
dead.
had the eye,
Play dead.
Kyle slumped in his seat and played dead.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle, what are you up to? Asked Rachel, still smiling. Kyle did not respond and hoped nobody would ask questions. Kyle, why are you pretending to be dead? Asked Rachel. I can see you breathing.
A lot of people told me say that I hear that a lot when I do the dead body when I lay there for a while in Dinner Detective. Where it's like, we can see you breathing. It's like, yeah, I just ran in and like ran around the room for a little bit. Of course I'm gonna be breathing. Stop. Yeah. Give me a break.
Kyle held his breath. The producer whispered to Rachel over her earpiece.
Give a couple slaps across the face and see if he wakes up.
Rachel got up from her chair, walked to Kyle, and slapped him firmly across the face. Rachel slapped Kyle continuously, trying to get him to stop play acting.
But then he actually
Other
died.
members of the crew stepped into frame to start slapping Kyle as well.
Come on, everybody come slap him.
Soon, Kyle was lost in the amassment of people around him, all slapping his face with both hands. The slapping went on for many hours. Kyle did not wake
Mute
up.
Henny.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to our channel.
Eventually, Kyle did not need to pretend to be unconscious.
He prepared by dying.
One more.
As Kyle motioned. In response, Kyle collapsed on the floor.
Yeah, that's happening if you don't play the CD.
Okay.
Then the CD lets you skip over dying. Reset. It's an interview. What are you doing?
It doesn't let you do that from the menu. You have to go to the end.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Kyle sitting.
Yeah, be careful this time.
Tonight,
You have to listen
Kyle
to the
does not
carnival
need
music.
to eat as long as
he
he has
brought to the
CD.
interview and placed it in a
Go. Go. Go.
He's
go.
fine as long as...
Knowing he had the eyes of millions
Run away.
upon him,
Run away.
Kyle ejected from his seat and ran out of the studio as quickly as possible.
Yep. As he should.
Good
After
sister
it
do.
became apparent that Kyle was not coming back, the producer ended the episode and everyone went home.
He ran away.
Alright. Reset. That's a live ending, really.
Yeah, we just
So,
got
how
a
many more
bunch
we
of
got?
endings.
How many more do we need?
Browse social media? Oh, because he has a
Uh-huh.
phone now.
7 more. No, we didn't even go into that earlier yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Social media?
Yep. We haven't changed jobs.
Kyle started to scroll through news articles on his phone.
Read article.
Okay.
Stay Up Late with Kyle ranked #1 and #2 show on television.
Read more.
1 second, sorry. Read more.
New East Bridge being constructed after being found to not actually exist. Authorities investigating. Another grand larceny and crime spree streak. Evidence points to perpetrator fleeing the country.
Oh.
Okay.
Rachel May to unexpectedly leave the country on very, very long vacation after interview tonight.
Oh.
Oh.
We heard about that earlier.
Who is the bug vigilante recently spotted pursuing larcenists?
It's Gabby.
Kyle fails to show up to several charity events.
Yeah, it did boring.
Bug vigilante shows up to charity events with fresh baked pastries. Donations flourish.
Thanks, Gabby.
Hot dogs making resurgence as fuel source for both humans and tugboats.
Okay.
Phone model recalled. Techno gym stores blame overuse by customers.
Oh.
Yay.
Yeah.
Join.
Kyle's phone exploded in his hands from overuse.
Man.
Okay.
I thought you would be able to do the entire day of just reading articles and then nothing happens. Thought that was an
open
ending.
closet, put on clothes, go eat, see if something happens because you did all that.
Okay.
Kyle
Okay.
decided to take some time to choose the
Put the
perfect.
armor.
Kyle decided on a fact.
It's a
Exit
jeans
bed.
and goggles kind of day.
Exit bedroom. Get some food, and let's go.
Kyle opened the fridge.
Yummy condiments.
Kyle continued until all of the condiments.
Okay, it's in the hallway. Let's go. Skip the interview. Let's see if we got anything cool for listening to all the gossip on the phone.
Yeah.
Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a
Oh.
Faster.
goodie. Kyle responded, and I. A moment. Good evening, Tonight,
Okay.
I have the pleasure of interviewing.
More.
Kyle motioned to.
No.
Well,
guess
I'm
not.
sure we'll have a lot to discuss, so we might as well dive
faster.
right in.
Oh.
I'm very in a shock. Kyle, knowing he had the eyes of millions
All right,
upon him,
reset.
Kyle
Didn't
came
do
up with a
anything.
solution
No.
quickly.
Okay.
I feel like it will do something if we browse social media for a long time.
Yeah. Blue.
Kyle started to scroll through news or Kyle's phone exploded in his hands from overuse.
Okay. Now what? Maybe neighbor time or gossip time? Scavenge for
Doesn't look like social media ads anything. Weird. Okay.
What, it
Scavenge.
doesn't? Scavenge
It doesn't
for
look like
Quickly
it.
crouched down
Gossip?
on the floor, realizing his. Kyle firmly pressed his ear into the carpet, hoping to hear some stray words from the neighbors below. I heard Rachel May is
Faster.
going. Well,
Faster.
there was a stop.
Faster.
Alright.
Yeah, there's nothing. This won't do nothing.
Boo. Did you look it up?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Then what? Okay.
I mean, Shaku browsing social media all day doesn't accomplish anything.
Aw.
Okay.
Restart.
Yeah, let's restart. Now, what haven't we done yet? Exit bed. Let's go talk to Gabby.
We haven't looked at more stuff with the flashlight.
Oh, you're right. But not anything else needs it. But okay, sure.
Well, there were multiple things in the closet. We just chose the box.
Okay. Grab that desk.
Yeah.
Check desk.
Kyle
Flashlight.
grabbed.
Check desk. Toy change.
Kyle scooped up.
Put on some clothes.
Kyle decided to take. Kyle.
Alright.
Kyle.
Go eat some food.
Okay. Yummy condiments.
Alright.
Kyle.
Go to the store. Oh, we might not have enough time anymore. Oops. To the store.
Oh.
Give you a free sample.
This phone, said Kyle, is several years old and has exposed wires coming out of the back. Kyle continued. Also,
Civic
the
Sci.
screen has had issues ever since
Welcome
I
to
used
our
it to
channel.
put nails into the wall.
I see.
Furthermore, when I submerge it in water, I get severely shocked until it runs out of battery. The attendant looked at Kyle, pursed his lips, and said nothing. Feeling he had made his argument, Kyle decided to leave.
Does this do anything?
Goody! Kyle responded.
No.
And I
No,
as well.
we're all good.
After other mild exchanges of. A moment after.
Reset.
Good evening,
We don't have
everyone,
anything else to
said
say.
Kyle, looking at the camera. Well,
Reset. Okay. Exit bed. Check desk. Grab,
Flashlight.
flashlight. And
Kyle grabbed the flashlight.
change. Close. Close. Gonna go punch close.
Yeah.
Kyle decided. Kyle.
Alright.
Text
Check
her.
out.
Batteries.
My battery.
Kyle counted out one.
Insert.
Give 'em
Kyle crammed the batteries
Back.
into his flat.
back.
Go upstairs.
Return to streets. Return to apartment.
Return to
Return
bedroom.
to bedroom. Open the
Open
closet.
closet.
Inspect.
Inspect.
Kyle shined his flash.
More.
After several minutes,
More.
there was a pile of
Yeah,
strange
see.
items,
Take time
including a
travel.
small metal
take box
with
for
a
later.
large red button stamped
But we're on
with
with okay,
travel
but we're
time.
Oh. Sure, we can travel time.
Do it.
Kyle, bored of the situation, the box in a moment. It was early in the morning.
Yay. Now see if we
Alright.
can take the box. Is the box gone?
What?
Is the box gone now?
I don't know, let's find out.
Yep. Back. Exit the bedroom. Move the kitchen. Is the pantry dark? Is the locked door dark?
I don't know. But we would have to,
Return to bedroom. Grab key.
yeah, grab the key. Small key.
Okay.
Kyle grabbed
There
the
we go.
Back. Back
Back.
to room. Exit.
You can't. No. That
Kitchen.
one. Yeah.
Check pantry.
Kyle wanted to act
Unlock.
Unlock
pantry-
small
Look.
key.
instead of an assortment of canned goods and grains.
Grab a bottle of
Kyle's-
lard.
Grab. Yeah.
Kyle grabbed a bottle of lard and stashed it on his person for later use.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we eat something?
We haven't spoken to Gabby yet.
Should we eat
We should
something? Or
I
no?
guess.
Kyle
Good
opened the
idea.
fridge, intending.
Economic.
Oh,
Kyle
sorry.
constructed a breakfast
Smash.
of poached eggs and. Kyle smashed his breakfast to a pulp using both fists.
Good. I'm glad. That did nothing.
Oh, okay. Return the hallway. Leave the apartment. Speak to Gabby.
Kyle, a middle-aged woman
Oh.
named Gabby, answered the
Deposit
door.
lard bottle.
Here you go.
Kyle produced his bottle of lard, bit the glass neck off, and wordlessly dumped the contents on Gabby.
Good.
As sticky lumps
Oh,
of fat
that's not
drooled
that
off her
liquid.
face, Gabby looked at Kyle expressionlessly. After a long minute of silence, she spoke. "Can I help you, Kyle?"
Gossip.
Run away! Run away!
Run away?
Run away!
Okay.
Kyle tried to merrily skip away, empty lard bottle in hand. Gabby caught his arm. Gabby twisted Kyle's shoulder around, neatly flipping him onto his feet. Confidently, wordlessly, and with surprising force, Gabby started slapping Kyle across the face. Gabby continued to slap Kyle for several hours.
Gabby!
Eventually, Gabby stopped and returned to her apartment, locking the door behind her. Kyle painfully got to his feet and returned to the street.
Yay!
And I... Good evening. Tonight, Kyle motioned to... In response,
Oh.
Kyle collapsed on the floor.
Oh.
From a combination of stressful... Kyle...
Alright.
Welcome to our channel.
Maybe we should just talk to Gabby.
Kyle...
Okay.
A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door.
Great.
Good morning, neighbor.
Ask
said
Gabby
Kyle
about
cheerfully.
Gabby.
Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly.
Ask about
Gabby,
Gabby.
asked Kyle, "Tell me about yourself." Gabby stiffened. "Oh, you know," she said, putting on a fake smile. "I just sit around here.
No.
Yes, I don't get around much. Never go out at night. I just stay here, right here." Gabby glared at Kyle.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Convinced by Gabby's statement, Kyle bid her goodbye and returned to the street.
Cool.
Reset.
Okay.
This time, listen to gossip and then talk to Gabby.
Okay.
Kyle.
Yay.
There was a
Yay. Exit. Hey, Gabby. Let's talk about Gabby.
A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door. Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle cheerfully.
Yeah?
Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly.
Ask Gabby about being a vigilante.
Let's do it.
Gabby asked Kyle, are you the bug vigilante? For a moment, Gabby looked stunned, but then she realized his seriousness. Gabby nodded once. The door shut in Kyle's face.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Alright. Again, restart. Do it. Keep going. Come on.
Just exit and...
No, gossip.
Okay.
Kyle quickly crouched down. Kyle, I heard Rachel.
Yeah.
There was
That's enough. Back to her?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
a middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door.
Good.
Good morning, neighbor.
Ask about
said
Gabby
Kyle
about Gabby.
cheerfully. Gabby looked. Gabby
Go.
asked.
Go.
Yes,
Go.
I don't get it. Convinced by Gabby's statement, Kyle bid her goodbye and returned to the street.
Huh? Didn't you do the option to gossip about Gabby?
It's the bug vigilante is that was it.
Oh. Alright. We have to talk to her about Rachel now.
Okay, you start.
Find out why Rachel's leaving the country.
Alright, gossip also.
Yeah, I don't think we need that
Kyle
anymore.
quickly crouched down on the floor.
Too bad.
Kyle.
I'm listening to the gossip.
Alright. Go. Alright, leave.
Stoffa.
Find out if she knows
Welcome
anything
to our
about
Kyle
channel.
approached his
Okay.
downstairs neighbor's. A
Mom,
middle-aged woman named Gabby.
greet and stay.
Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle. Gabby, Kyle asked, what are your true thoughts about Rachel May? Oh, Rachel? Gabby said. She's a wonderful woman. Her generous acts have inspired more good work than bad.
Okay.
Gabby trailed off, not meeting Kyle's eyes. After several uncomfortable minutes of silence, Kyle turned around and left.
Okay.
Okay.
View tactical dog. Have we done everything here? Yep. We did everything we can do here. So what's left? Yeah, we haven't gotten
Quite a
any.
few. 7.
Alright. Reset. So what haven't we done yet? We have not picked up the bugs and then not sold them and taken them to and shown them to. We have not shown the bugs to Rachel yet.
Okay. Scavenge
Kyle-
for bugs.
Soon he.
Save.
Kyle stashed
Yeah,
the
we
wriggling.
also have not shown the lie to Rachel, so we should do that afterwards.
Okay. And then get dressed.
Yep.
Kyle.
And then eat.
Yep.
Kyle.
My delicious condiments.
Kyle.
Kyle.
And we're good.
And end of day.
Good evening.
Look for something blue, sis.
And I as well.
Okay.
A mo- Well, in a shock, Kyle realized he had never
Oh.
bothered to prepare any notes for the interview.
Well,
Knowing he had the eyes of millions
Ah.
upon him, Kyle came up with a solution quickly.
Ah, there we go.
Here's have some bugs.
Well, Rachel, said Kyle, I wanted to show this to you.
Oh, I wanted to show you this.
Kyle produced the ball of bugs he had accumulated from his bedroom floor.
You like it?
Rachel took several beats to figure out what Kyle was holding in his hands. A look of horror crossed her face. Kyle, what on earth is that? She asked. Is it alive?
Somewhat.
Maybe, said Kyle. Kyle, staring at Rachel, opened his mouth wide and slowly inserted the gooey ball of bugs.
Ew.
As Rachel watched, obviously unsettled, Kyle began to chew very slowly and intently.
Good.
Attempting to swallow, Kyle coughed several times, covering Rachel in partially chewed bugs.
Gross.
Rachel sat, still shocked, processing what had happened. Kyle finished swallowing and opened his mouth to show that there were no bugs left.
Yay.
Well, that was
finished.
satisfying, he said, smiling widely at the camera.
He's in a commercial for bugs.
Rachel got out of her seat and left the studio.
Alright. Eating bugs.
Alright, this time it's being lied.
Alright.
Girl.
How did we get lard again? It's in the closet, right? It's in the pantry.
Yeah. We
Monkey.
need
Kyle
monkey,
grabbed
we
the
need clothes. We need food.
Back.
Good girl.
Closet. Shoes outfit.
Kyle-
He's wearing a suit. He's wearing a suit to get some lard.
Alright.
Pantry.
Kyle wanted to act
Unlock.
the
Unlock.
pantry. Instead of
Okay.
an ass-
Grab.
Grab a
Kyle
bottle.
grabbed a
Back.
Open fridge.
Kyle
Have some breakfast.
Kyle smashed his
Yes.
breakfast.
Oh no. Okay, hope it doesn't mess things up. Alright, skip to the end of the day. Alright.
Kyle responded.
Yeah. Boop, boop. Boop, boop.
Tonight,
Boop, boop.
from
Yeah,
a
it
combination
did.
of
Sorry.
stressful preparation and not eating
Uh-oh.
anything,
My bad.
Boop. Just smash my food like that.
Kyle just.
If you're clicking fast, that's what happens.
I just smashed my food instead of eating it. My bad. My bad.
My bad.
Kyle grabbed.
Good girl, Lacey. Good puppy. Good girl.
Kitchen. Pantry.
Kyle wanted to act
Unlock.
the pantry
Look.
instead of an assortment.
Grab.
Kyle grabbed.
Back.
Back.
Open fridge.
Kyle-
Prepare breakfast.
can-
Eat it.
Eat.
Kyle.
And then we're good.
Alright, and then skip to the end of the day.
Good. Kyle respond. Good. Tonight. Cut. Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss, so we might as well dive right in, said Kyle.
Pink light.
Drink lard.
Dive right into this bottle, that is. Kyle pulled out his bottle of lard, bit the top off, and chugged it.
Ow, that's glass, Kyle.
Kyle's body rejected the lard. He began to spew chunks of lard and digestive fluid in every direction. Everything within a 10-foot radius was immediately covered, including Rachel. Kyle continued to vomit.
Yay.
Rachel bravely fought to stay seated amidst the vomit, hoping to save the show from disaster. Unfortunately, Kyle's vomit had covered all of the cameras. There was no broadcast. Kyle finished spewing, eventually. The broadcast was not recoverable. All present were sent home to try again another day. As Kyle got home, he made a mental note to refill his lard supply.
Yeah. Kyle
Kyle
consumed.
consumed. Alright, what next?
We didn't take the Claymore to the interview.
We also didn't ever do the amnesia one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Kyle walked over. Kyle just,
More.
after smashing
There
his
you go.
features in
Alright.
Now move
Now,
home,
get dressed.
close,
Yeah.
eat, and let's see what
Alasidra.
happens.
Kyle
Welcome to
decided
our
to
channel.
take some time to choose the
Nummy
Kyle.
and condiments,
Kyle.
and then we're good.
Alright.
Wait, Wait.
What?
We should make. This is amnesia. We should probably go do notes.
Okay.
That will ask the questions, but we probably need to write them down, which we can't forget them.
Okay.
To
Wait.
the bedroom.
Wouldn't we have to have written the notes first and then had amnesia? Oh.
Doesn't matter. We're to the bedroom.
Okay.
I think it just matters what symbols are on top of the screen, not in what order you got them.
Got it.
Right, no
Kyle
interview.
wrote down.
My mother.
Kyle
Do you have a
wrote.
smile? Do you feel guilty?
Kyle ripped.
Let's go. That's everything, right? Scavenge. It's in the bedroom.
I paced for 2 hours.
Alright, forward.
Kyle. Good.
No, wait.
Oop, forgot his name.
You. Kyle's ears began to ring from his concussion. Rachel looked at Kyle, slightly confused, but continued smiling. Before she noticed the glazed look in Kyle's eyes, the producer approached.
Okay.
Time to get started.
He said, putting a hand on Kyle's shoulder.
Let's get stationed.
Kyle sat in the nearest chair, which was Rachel's. After a moment, Rachel hesitantly sat in the host chair. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on. Good morning, everyone, said Kyle. My name is... Kyle made a desperate effort to remember his name or really anything.
Yay.
Kyle looked at Rachel. Do you know who I am? He asked. Rachel looked back, confused. Who are you? Well, if you're not Kyle, I don't know who you are. Rachel smiled sweetly. Kyle made up his mind that he was probably Kyle.
Probably.
Well, he said, I'm Kyle. A long silence followed. Eventually, Rachel spoke again. And I'm Rachel. Hi, everyone. She waved. Hi, Rachel, said Kyle. So why are we here? Rachel was visibly worried. Ha ha, funny, she said. Weren't you planning on asking me any questions? I mean, I don't have any ideas, said Kyle. Kyle kept staring at Rachel. Someone coughed. Kyle looked around and noticed the crew. Who on earth are all of you? He asked. Nobody answered. Kyle got out of his chair and walked off frame, leaving Rachel alone with millions of viewers.
Good.
Rachel smiled at the camera nervously. Well, she said, let me tell you some knock-knock jokes. Eventually, the producer ended the broadcast early due to technical issues. Kyle woke up in his bed the next day, remembering nothing about what had happened.
Good. Kyle forgot
Hi, I
everything.
forgot everything. Yay. Okay, so do we have other things still?
We didn't bring the laser thing to the
Okay.
interview.
Let's do it.
So let's wither.
Kyle.
Kyle. Exit.
Oh, yeah.
Lock.
You also never
Kyle
brought
walked
the
up-
time
Kyle,
machine
you
Yes.
to the interview.
Get laser claymore.
expecting about.
Alright, back to hallway.
Alright.
Move to kitchen.
Eat food.
Open.
Kyle,
Eat condiments. Yummy condiments. Delicious, nutritious condiments.
We're doing upstairs.
And
Hurry, we need clothes.
bedroom. Open closet. Choose an outfit.
Kyle decided to take some time to
where's-
choose.
Some pasties.
Kyle miraculously
Sorry,
crammed his
I
dumpy
chose
body
suit.
into the suit. The chest pockets were filled with random knickknacks.
Good, I'm
Let's go.
glad.
Down here?
Skip?
Yep, skip it in the day. Can we do something with this sword?
Kyle hurried to the set. Per normal, he see.
Go. Go.
As Kyle-
Go.
Good.
Look
Kyle
for
res-
anything blue.
After a moment.
Sometimes it's not, though.
Good evening. Tonight. Kyle.
You're right.
Well, I'm
Okay,
sure we'll
now.
have a lot to just. I'm very. In a shock, Kyle realized he had. Knowing he had the eyes of millions upon
I
him,
have a
Kyle
sword?
came up with a solution quickly.
Mhm.
Maybe I need to make questions.
No, sword do nothing in this one.
Sad.
Sad, yes.
Okay.
We ain't been in a time machine yet.
Okay, let's bring your time machine. Exit bed. Sit at desk. Check. Flashlight.
Kyle grabbed.
Check. Change.
Kyle.
Back to room. Closet. Outfit.
Kyle decided to take.
Skunk pasties.
Kyle chose the paste. Get it.
He's hot gluing those right to his body.
Alright, exit.
Exit.
We don't, no, we don't, yep, leave. We don't want to run out of time.
Apartment. Well, what about food?
We don't want to run out of time. You're right. We're going back in anyway. Go there.
Okay. Tech store.
Yep.
Buy batteries.
My battery.
Insert.
Kyle crammed the.
We don't run out of time. We're gonna keep. Go to your bedroom.
Return your apartment. Return your bedroom.
Open closet.
Open closet. Spect with flashlight.
Kyle shined his flashlight into his.
More.
After several minutes of.
More.
There was a pile of strange
Take
items,
box.
including a
Take
small.
box for later.
Kyle stashed the device for later use.
Yay. Exit.
Exit.
Hopefully you don't need food. Go to kitchen.
Kitchen.
Sitting. As Kyle.
Wait. Yep.
Good. Kyle and
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
A moment after seating,
There.
the studio lights.
Time travel with Rachel.
Here we
Good
go.
morning, everyone, said Kyle. Tonight, Rachel and I will time travel together. In one motion, Kyle grabbed Rachel's arm and pressed the red button on the
Good.
time machine with his elbow.
Good. Good.
Kyle and Rachel were sent back to a time before human existence on Earth.
Okay.
They were standing next to a large lake. There was a forest behind them, full of singing birds. Lizards were everywhere.
Lizards are good.
Kyle, dear, said Rachel, stern but not angry. You can't just do things like that.
Watch
Rachel
me.
began digging in the dirt, looking for small, smooth stones.
Why?
I'm sorry, Rachel, said Kyle. I got a bit ahead of myself. Kyle began helping to look for stones.
Why you want stones?
Well, it's okay, Kyle. I forgive you. Rachel took Kyle's stones and started to build a small stack on the ground. Kyle silently began sifting through the sand near the lake to find pure mud.
Pure mud.
Well,
Distilled.
since we're here together, said Rachel, using nearby sticks to build a pyramid around the rocks.
Oh,
How are you?
for like a fire.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine, said Kyle, sticking pieces of
Little
shale
fire
together
pit.
with the mud. I've been preparing for your interview all day.
No, you haven't.
No, you haven't.
Rachel began to bundle nearby foliage into small power cells. Do you love being famous? She asked.
They're in a survival game.
Kyle used the bones from the dead fish ashore to start crafting some energy capacitors.
Of course.
That's an interesting question, Rachel, he answered. There's ups and downs. How about yourself? I think I'd love to be unknown with a loving family, said Rachel. Being so recognizable gets very lonely.
Oh.
Rachel started grabbing live birds as they flew by to make a nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand that incredibly well, said Kyle, extracting pure hydrogen from the lake using a reed siphon.
Of course.
There was a warm, understanding silence between them. After a few minutes, Kyle broke the silence. Can you pass me the arc welder when you're done? I need to weld these bioreactive plates together. Soon, the pair had constructed a janky but workable return time machine.
Very good job, guys.
As they climbed in, Rachel and Kyle looked at each other. Both knew they had bonded. With the flick of a switch, the word of a engine made out of beaver pelts and some pops, the duo returned home. Later that evening, back at his apartment, Kyle thought about the time he had spent with Rachel. He was glad they had gotten the chance to take a trip together.
Yeah.
They took a trip.
Yay. Okay,
That's
so
nice.
according to this, one thing that we never did was prepare for an interview and then play a CD. We only played the CD when we couldn't complete the interview.
Oh. Okay. Sure. Sit at desk. Check in drawer. CDs.
CD. Fast forward this time.
Okay. Back to desk. Write notes.
Kyle wrote down his
And my
first
mother.
question.
My mother.
Kyle wrote down his
Ever
second.
eaten a alcohol?
Kyle wrote down his.
Do you ever smile?
Kyle
You
wrote.
feel guilty?
Kyle.
Back to desk. Back to room. Open the closet. Choose.
She's guilty
Kyle
of something.
decided
That's
to
why
take
she's
some
fleeing the
time to
country.
choose the.
Yeah.
Kyle
why
miraculously
the mood
crammed
immediately
his
changes
dumpy
when you
body
ask.
into the suit. The
Are you
chest
guilty?
pockets were
Yes.
filled with.
Alright, and have something
Exit.
to eat.
Yeah, with the kitchen.
Kyle opened the
With
fridge
condiments.
Condiments. Yummy, yummy.
Kyle.
Is
We
that-
done.
Alright.
Only
Skip.
5 hours left anyway. Okay.
Kyle hurried to the set.
Okay.
Kyle responded.
Go. Let's play some music.
Good. Tonight, I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely
Go.
Rachel. As Rachel started to reply, Kyle removed the sound system. Rachel briefly listened. Smiling,
Stop.
Kyle. All right. Now everything's ready. Kyle produced the notes he had taken earlier.
Am I a mother?
Rachel, am I a mother? Kyle looked at her very seriously.
I see.
I'm sorry, Kyle, said Rachel. What on earth is this music? It's very... Well, it's something. It's an old favorite, Rachel, said Kyle. This is what I grew up on. It's part of my most special collection. Kyle and Rachel sat silently, the music playing in the background. Rachel began to frown.
Well, I asked you a question,
Suddenly,
Rachel.
the wall next to Kyle exploded.
That made me jump.
What?
Through the hole stepped several men in dazzling, flamboyant costumes of bright color. They
Of
held
course.
guitars, pianos, and other instruments.
Oh, yeah. Of
Yeah?
course you do.
Kyle,
Said the man in front.
we are the band of your childhood.
Nice doing like a Jack Black impression or whatever.
Kyle's jaw dropped, smiling. He put his hands to his cheeks. His eyes sparkled.
Uh-huh.
We have come to issue a grievance about playing our music on TV
7
without
foot.
a license.
Welcome
oh,
to
no.
our channel.
They got copyright claimed.
The man took his guitar in both hands and began slamming Kyle's face repeatedly.
Good.
After several hours, the grievance had been sufficiently repaid. The band left through the hole they had created in the wall. Kyle lay on the floor, thinking about what had happened. Rachel slowly slid to his side. Are you feeling okay, Kyle? She asked. She had a concerned expression on her face. Have you ever met your childhood idol, Rachel? Asked Kyle. The person you looked up to for as long as you can remember. I can't say I have, said Rachel. Kyle raised both fists into the air.
It feels amazing!
Kyle spent the rest of Rachel's interview chatting happily about meeting his lifelong favorite band.
Oh, yay.
Rachel listened and asked questions politely, seeming unfazed that her moment on TV had been uprooted. Eventually, the studio was out of time and the broadcast shut off.
Yay.
Kyle and Rachel walked out of the studio together. Kyle was grinning widely. The two said their goodbyes and walked off in separate directions. As Kyle walked home, he felt like the interview had been everything he had hoped it to be. Kyle had gotten everything he had ever wanted as a child.
He played music.
Yay. How many more do
Two
we need,
left
sis?
in this main one here.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I said how many we have left. You said 2.
Two.
How about, okay, we didn't do that one yet. You need to do the normal stuff. Right? Are you a mother? And then whatever else you want there, and then become Rachel May.
Kyle wrote down his second question.
And then the rest doesn't matter?
No.
Kyle.
Okay. Then back to the room. Wear something.
Kyle decided. Kyle. Getting the.
Then
Empty
eat
bag.
something.
I will wait tend to die, eat the bug ball.
Kyle opened the fridge,
heavy.
intending. Kyle constructed.
It's a good interview. A massive initiative became
Okay, do I need anything else?
The bug puppets.
I don't, right?
I don't think so. Need to travel. Live.
Kyle responded. Good. Tonight, I have
Become Rachel
However,
May.
said Kyle. Rachel, Kyle. Kyle looked and pointed directly at the camera. Kyle read the first question on his list. Are you a mother? I'm glad you asked, said Kyle. Yes, I am. Or, yes, you are, said Kyle, trying to figure out who was talking to whom. Or, I am... In a fit, Kyle continued to re-answer his question, trying to come up with the correct phrasing. Rachel spoke up. Kyle, I'm not a mother at all, so it doesn't really matter.
Lies! Impossible! I don't believe it!
Kyle banged his fist on the chair. Kyle, I've never been in a position for that. I've really just focused on my career. All you need to do is ask. Rachel smiled sweetly. Kyle was silent for a moment. Then, realizing he had no idea what he was doing, he decided to let Rachel talk. So, what about your career? Do you enjoy what you do? How'd you get into it? The two continued talking for the better part of an hour, Kyle asking questions and Rachel answering accordingly.
So he just does a normal interview? He short-circuits and does a normal interview.
Yep.
Eventually, Kyle's producer signaled to Kyle that it was time to stop. The broadcast ended. The crew, Rachel and Kyle, said their goodbyes and returned home. But Kyle continued to think about Rachel after the interview ended. Something about Rachel had struck Kyle. He wasn't exactly sure what. But he did know that he was interested to hear that she was single.
Oh! Kyle noticed Rachel.
So the only one of the questions we haven't asked now is your mother a mother?
No, that's the first thing we asked.
No, we didn't ask. Kyle didn't ask himself that one. He asked himself the other two mother questions.
Okay, so now we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sit at the desk, write interviews.
Kyle wrote down his first...
Is your mother mother? Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Ba-doop.
Yay.
Open the closet. Choose an outfit. Have that
Kyle
one. Back to the room. Exit. Kitchen. Open the fridge.
Kyle opened the fridge, intending to
Eat
find
crust?
something to eat.
Okay. Eat crust.
Kyle started scraping streaks of crud and spots of mold off of the walls of his fridge. After wadding it into a crusty, moist ball, Kyle popped it into his mouth and began to chew.
Aww.
Several minutes of crunching later, Kyle finished and swallowed the ball whole. It felt sticky in his stomach.
Maybe I should reset.
Skip to end of day?
Yeah, alright.
Rachel. Kyle stopped. Tonight,
There you go.
however...
Stop.
Kyle stood up quickly and threw his arm high above him, pointing...
I have never been, Kyle!
Kyle looked
I
and
wanted
pointed
to hear that
directly
again.
at the camera. Kyle read the first question on his list. Is your mother a mother? Kyle replied, no, because I am my mother. And, continued Kyle, I am your mother and everyone's mother and also Rachel and Kyle and... I'm also
everyone.
your children and that woman you met in the coffee shop yesterday and your high school best friend.
He's everybody.
And I'm your friends and I'm that person next to you and I'm also you. Kyle waved his arms around and smiled.
Yeah?
Nobody seemed to understand.
It's a magic trick!
Shouted Kyle happily.
I'm everyone now!
You did it.
Kyle got up and happily danced out of the studio, arms spread wide. Although not taken seriously at first, sociologists quickly found that Kyle's claims were true.
Yeah.
Somehow, magically, Kyle became everyone and nobody else technically existed anymore.
Whoa.
After a massive amount of study, it was found that Kyle had stumbled upon a very unexpected sociological loophole. Nobody really knew what to do with this newfound discovery, so they decided to do
Welcome
nothing.
to our channel.
Kyle continued to be theoretically everyone, and everybody else continued to be theoretically non-existent. It was a strange time to be alive.
Yeah.
Boom.
Interview background. Kyle was
What's it mean?
everyone.
Let's check. New menu. Unlock.
Make your play space your own. An inverted experience. I think that's just gonna make everything light.
Let's find out.
Okay, fine.
Kyle.
Oh.
Yeah, inverted.
Skip the end of the day.
Kyle hurried to the
Alright.
set.
Alright,
Cool.
out we go. View endings.
Did it.
Alright. We got 22 out of 117 endings.
Yep. I don't know what to do after this.
Change jobs.
Oh. Okay.
You can use a different job, I'm assuming. What's the second biggest job? Go down. That one. That one right there. Wait, that one's 3 rows. The original one was 4 rows though, right?
Yeah.
That's the second biggest one.
Mhm.
But most of the rest aren't nearly as big as Kyle's interview, which he has now officially completed in
Okay.
every sense of the word.
But what? Why is this just like
Those are probably ones to get along the way.
Okay.
You want to do one run of changing jobs and see what it changes?
Sure.
Alright, start.
Kyle
Change.
woke up.
I don't like this.
Okay.
Can we change it back, please?
Sure.
That hurts my eyes for some reason. I don't know why, sis.
I mean,
Doesn't hurt sis's eyes.
yeah, no, it's weirdly okay.
It's too bright. Wait, go back to
Kyle
unlock.
woke up.
Unlock. Click on up there. On top. Select that one. Oh, they are different. Huh. So that one's 0 out of 22.
Yeah.
But you can't actually, it doesn't actually, okay. Next one.
Kyle woke up.
Come here.
Kyle thought very carefully about the first move of his day.
Come on, hot dog.
Kyle laid in bed for a moment, thinking about the day ahead. He would produce another episode of his long-running show. Yes.
Yes.
Kyle thought about making breakfast, the same breakfast he'd been making for the past 9 years. Kyle thought about the clothes he would wear. They had not changed for a long time. Kyle waited for something new and interesting to enter his head. Something fresh. Something exciting.
Hot dogs.
Kyle continued to wait. Nothing came to mind. In a sudden moment of inspiration, Kyle threw his covers to the ground and stepped out of bed. Kyle had made a decision. Today would not be part of an old journey. Today would be the start of something new. Kyle walked over to his desk and opened the middle drawer. He slowly removed an ancient, withered stick of meat.
Oh no.
Today, Kyle planned to make good on his childhood passion, the career he had abandoned to become a talk show host. Kyle looked caringly at the crusty hot dog in his hands. Then, he smiled.
And ate it.
Then he bent his lips downwards and slowly sucked the hot dog into his mouth and down into his stomach. Kyle had become a hot dog vendor. He must now prepare for his first day running a hot dog stand.
Okay.
To that desk.
Search for.
Search for hot dogs.
Kyle searched through his desk to find more hot dogs that he could sell. But Kyle had moved his hot dog stash somewhere else. He shut the desk drawers empty-handed.
Oh no. Check index drawer.
Time until hot dogs.
Ooh, so it changed?
Kyle scooped up the change,
Alright. How about we check under the bed?
Kyle quickly crouched down on the
Hot
floor,
dogs.
realizing his immediate need for. Kyle started looking around for hot dogs. He crawled around, spreading layers of mold to the side with his hands and picking out interesting items.
Yay?
Kyle couldn't find any hot dogs, but instead he found a pile of love letters he had written in high school.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Kyle pocketed the envelopes and got back to his feet.
He needs to put on clothes.
Okay. Oh, now it's red. Was it always red?
Yep.
Oh. Well.
Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit,
Hot
knowing
dog
how
suit.
important. Kyle put on his hot dog suit, which he had made by stitching hot dogs together when he was a child.
Swan suit.
Feeling fairly hungry, Kyle bent over and took a large bite out of his suit. He felt refreshed. It wasn't enough. Kyle continued to eat his clothing.
Uh-oh.
Soon, Kyle had eaten most of the suit. The chunks that were left were enough to act as clothes, but barely.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Kyle
did
felt satisfied. The hot dogs had nourished him greatly, functionally giving him more time in his day.
it. Yay.
Okay.
We did it.
Cool.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. But we have food and everything now, so I don't think we need more time. Go outside.
Marketing agency?
Do it.
Kyle walked to the center of the agency entrance. It looked professional and had an attendant behind the desk.
Rummage in the trash?
Yeah.
Kyle began rummaging around in the trash can, looking for anything interesting. After picking through wrappers and cups, Kyle noticed there was a red button stuck to the bottom of the can.
Press.
Kyle eagerly pressed the button. The wall above the trash can started shifting and spinning, eventually revealing a slab of pewter with an indent.
Look at the indent.
The slab was thick and old. A plaque was embedded
Oh.
in the top, reading, "The slab embraces only a true weapon."
You know that's what this.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Approach attendant?
Purchase attendant.
Kyle walked over to the attendant and gave her a big smile.
Purchase
Tend to
money?
die.
Pretend to die. Okay.
Kyle let out a blood-curdling scream and fell onto the attendant's desk face first.
Yeah.
The attendant did not buy Kyle's death. She
Aw.
continued working.
Aww.
Trying to sell the effect, Kyle lay on the attendant's desk for several hours, motionless.
Okay.
Eventually, Kyle sheepishly stood up and walked out of the agency.
Yeah.
Aww.
Visit again.
Okay. No.
Never mind.
Go inside.
Where?
Apartment. Kitchen. Maybe there are hot dogs in them.
Think about hot dogs.
Open fridge?
Being in the
No.
kitchen gave Kyle a massive amount of hot dog-related nostalgia. He stood still, pondering.
Continue thinking
Kyle
about
continued
hot
to
dogs.
think about hot dogs.
Continue.
Kyle still
thinking about-
continued to think about hot dogs.
Continue.
He thought about their flavor. He thought about how different brands tasted different.
Continue.
Kyle thought about hot dog texture and their feeling in his hand.
Continue.
Kyle was still thinking about hot dogs.
Continue.
Kyle's skin began to dissolve its bonds and melt from standing still too long.
Continue.
He began to spread across the floor, creating small puddles through the kitchen.
Continue.
Kyle's jaw caved, causing the top of his head to slowly drop
Oh.
backwards and point towards the ceiling.
Continue.
Kyle sunk lower and lower. His height was soon half of what it was before.
Oh, I
Chunks
hate
of
this,
skin fell
actually.
to the ground.
Keep thinking about
Kyle's
it.
fingers and legs fell off, dissolving into drops of ooze as they dropped.
Keep thinking about it.
Kyle was a large puddle of melted skin with bumps where his main features used to be.
Yeah.
Kyle's atoms had lost all of their bonds. He had turned into nothing more than a meat-based soup.
Ew. Good day. We had a good
Kyle
day.
made his way to the street corner.
Oh, how did he do that?
After a long day of preparation, Kyle felt very ready for his first outing as a hot dog salesman.
Okay.
Kyle started to unpack his things onto the corner of the street.
Unpack love letters.
As Kyle was unpacking, his hand brushed the old love letters he had picked up earlier. He stopped. Something tugged at
One
Kyle's
magical
heart.
beast.
It was hot
Welcome to
dogs.
our channel.
These letters were a piece of himself. These letters were a piece of history.
Ooh.
Kyle realized it was time to give these letters to their original intended recipients.
Great idea.
Kyle looked at the top letter of the stack. It was addressed to Abigail, a girl Kyle had liked during high school. Abigail had moved to the other side of the city with her husband a few years ago, but Kyle was willing to make the trip. Kyle skipped away to Abigail's house, letter in hand.
Oh
It wasn't that Kyle liked Abigail anymore. It wasn't that he missed her. To Kyle, this was more important than that. After an hour of walking, Kyle finally reached Abigail's front door. With excitement in his heart, Kyle took a breath and knocked on the door. Abigail opened it. "Kyle," she said, smiling, "what are you doing here? It's been so long."
Abigail Southern,
said Kyle, "I have something I want to read to you." Kyle took the letter to Abigail, clutched in his hands, and opened it for the first time in 14 years.
Oh no, what's the letter say?
"Dear Abby," he read, "I feel funny when I look at you. Sometimes I think about you when I lie awake at night, but also sometimes not, but that's less often. I also talk about you constantly to everyone when you're not around, but it's not always good things. Sometimes I also steal your lunches when you're not looking and keep them in a drawer at my house to look at when I'm bored. I want you to promise me something." Kyle looked at Abby meaningfully. "Promise you like me. And if you do like me, please show me by shoving live fish down your throat as a sign of dedication." Abigail shut the door.
Yeah?
Kyle looked up from the letter and stopped reading. He looked at the door in front of him. He realized that Abigail probably had something to do, so he decided to leave her the letters to read later. Kyle pressed the letters against the door and pushed firmly. He took a nearby rock and drove it through the papers into the door so Abigail could not miss them.
Oh no, sis.
With evening dawning, Kyle went home, satisfied that he had finished an old chapter of his life.
Good
When
for you,
Kyle got home, he realized that he loved writing letters to Abigail. He decided that he would continue to do so every day and make her his pen pal.
Oh no.
Kyle fell asleep with a smile. It had been a good day.
It's a good day. Got a pen pal.
All right.
Okay. Where was that?
There.
What's that?
Up. Down. There.
Okay. Cool.
We did it.
Oh, a
sis.
lot of these are hot dog.
How do you know?
Because of the picture.
Oh, okay. Go down. Keep going down.
Yeah, so this is hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. And hot dog.
And
this
then
is
Kyle is
something
Santa.
else. Yeah.
down.
Santa, and then this is something else.
Kyle's only Santa for a little bit.
Yeah.
Most of them are this.
Yeah, a lot of them are this.
How many Santa? Oh, how many? Ah, too much fastness.
Sorry.
So go up.
To what?
Hot dogs. How many Kyle hot dogs are there? Go up.
It's
Go up. Okay. There's no Kyle hot dogs up there. It's 5, 10, 15, 18, 22. Oh yeah, 22.
22. You like the number that was there before.
Yeah. Alright, well, we have much more work to do, sis.
Too.
Hope you enjoyed.
Leave a like if you did. Subscribe and leave a comment.
I was talking to you.
What?
I said I was talking to you.
Okay. Yeah.
I said hopefully you enjoyed.
I did. I was having a really fun time.
Alright. Hope everyone else enjoyed. Subscribe and leave a comment. You would mean so much to us.
As always, guys, have an awesome day. Ta-ta!
Ta-ta.